no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do copyright-free music
Yeah.
in the background.
Yes,
That
please.
other playlist is badass, but really would prefer to not have copyright claim on Twitch.
Alright, no, show me the freaking chat, please.
The only reason I have pre-roll ads is hello chat is because I don't want to have Twitch and other bullshit ads like in the middle while we're talking and shit. That just seems the right way of doing things. Oh my god, I still fucking love that animated version of us. So
I know. It's gonna be one of those things I take to the grave of me, bitch. It's awesome. I love it. Thank you.
As I always say, my ability to, as a designer is fucking impeccable. I come up with the best ideas. Speaking of which, we'll talk about the new art thing on the way. So, Vicky has decided and agreed to yet again work with me on another art thing. And I believe her exact quotes were, let me find it here. It was a pleasure last time, and I'm even more excited for this one. And a bunch of convoluted emojis, and whatnot. Now, if you look in stream chat,
okay.
In Discord,
chat. Okay.
R1, you'll see.
Oh, this one. You were telling me this earlier.
Yep. Hey, Marcus. Good to see you.
Hey, Marcus.
I want to make us nice and big here. That particular is the one. So, as you can see, it's Princess Peach down the rabbit hole.
I see.
You had all the little goofy stuff in the dream state and whatnot. Well, this is going to be my original character down, but instead of all the video game shit, it's going to be not safe for work body parts.
Yay.
Of all three types.
All three genders? Holy shit, dude.
I'm doing okay, Marcus. I ran into a longtime friend that I had not seen since she moved out to California to work for one company at their corporate office. And I have a date with her tomorrow. Can't really complain.
Oh, that's what we're talking about today, is it? Okay. I forgot we were talking about that.
No, today we're talking business shit. Monetization, branding, marketing.
This will be helpful.
E-commerce. Fucking NFTs again.
We always complain about NFTs, don't we?
Okay. My reason I complain about NFTs are what people are using with it now. Do I think the technology's bad? No. I think there's a lot of great opportunities for it. We'll get to that later. But it's just, people are dumb with it.
Yeah. I was asking some questions, about, basically stuff involving NFTs to see just if average people understood a fucking thing about it, and they don't know, the difference between encryption and hosting. So, yeah, I can't trust people like that to give me advice.
We'll just get into that topic. I guess we're already into that.
Why not? Why not? We can share the details of our week later.
So, the whole NFT thing, people talk about Web 3.0. Fine. But to understand Web 3.0, you got to understand Web 2.0. Which was HTTP, which obviously websites. The wonderful thing about HTTP was the fact that anyone and everyone could fucking publish a website. And publish shit, without having to deal with an actual publisher. Like newspapers, book publishers, all that other bullshit.
It was fucking awesome. That's why we have the time cube.
It was fucking fandamtastic. We have archive.org. We got so many amazing websites that came out of HTTP. And all it is, it's just your website. Here's this. We have to unfortunately deal with cookies and other stuff because there's only so much HTTP can do. But like with NFT, with blockchain stuff, you can be like, okay, you buy this product, you can have tied with it, and if this person sells it, you, the original artist or creator of said whatever, gets a kickback of, let's say, 5-10%, whatever, anytime it's resold. So, like, you could have digital sales for video games. Anytime you resell your copy of whatever game, the original publisher and developer could get a kickback from anytime you sell the game to whoever.
It'd be handy for the digital market with the secondhand game market.
So much extra stuff now with this additional technology that basically takes what's already going on and adds more on top of it. The problem is people are abusing it to make money now fast with fucking art NFTs, which is the stupidest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
And that's why
Like,
everyone hates it. It's as simple as that.
Oh, I don't have to explain my reasons for hating it. I hate it because as a fucking software architect and as a
It's
infrastructure architect,
inefficient too.
it's fucking stupid.
It's
Like
inefficient.
the whole thing for the reason they use it for, it's like absolutely just like I can't
Yeah,
even get
there's
into it
other
without being
technology
offensive.
they can do
Like,
exactly
it just,
what they want it to do and what it can do in a different way and do it better. But like this would be obviously a non-centralized, all this other stuff. But yeah, it's inefficient. It uses up more space, more all this other bullshit. But like
Excuse me, one second.
HTTP, you're also allowing anyone and everyone to do shit, which is fantastic. You're not forcing people to have to deal with publishers and other stupid shit. It's just, of course, people have to take a good thing and ruin it because
Always.
mankind. Fuck them all.
Yes. Just get a picture of the globe and just draw a circle around it, and then be like, "There's your problem right there."
When the fucking aliens come, they're just gonna look at us and be like, "Man, you guys are stupid. Let's just kill them all."
I don't blame
The
them.
big guy upstairs will be like, I promised after the flood we weren't gonna do this shit, but you know what? This time I'm gonna allow it.
Hi.
Hey, Drax.
Hello.
I got a cough drop.
Welcome. So yeah, that's the whole NFT thing. We're just gonna leave it there. Like I said, I'm not gonna do any of the stupid art NFT shit. I'm leaving that out on my branding and whatnot. We'll talk branding later, obviously. Do I think the whole concept of what with blockchain shit, does it have value? Of course it does. I was one of the first people to make websites back in the day. I was one of the first people to make streaming capabilities back in the day. HTTP is a beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful thing. And with NFT and blockchain Web 3.0 shit going, of course I'm not going to ignore it. That's just dumb. What business person is going to ignore new technology and the chance to maybe do something actually of value with it?
That's how innovation breeds invention, right? Like you find something and you do something different with it.
I mean, okay, the art thing that I'm doing with the whole down the rabbit hole, but with my original character. Like, I'm taking an artist who typically does not do something with that style, pushing her past her limits to something like that, but at the same time, it's like, no. She does a lot of stuff around video games and things like fairy tales and other shit. This is just another weird, twisted version of what she already does with something completely new and just... Chris,
Well,
when has my mind ever been normal anyways?
Well, can I talk about pushing limits? Because I did that this week. I'm very happy about it.
Giggity giggity.
Yeah, no, I've been like doing lifting and shit, dude. I've been pushing myself beyond my limits. I feel good. My thighs and my fucking ass hurts a lot. Like I got that stabby feeling right in the core of your butt, like right there. You know that one?
Usually
You've been
happens
working
when
out a
you have
lot.
anal sex. Just
No, no.
saying.
Not in the starfish, bro. And like your fucking in the actual gluteus muscles, you know. And that's not.
I
You're
had
looking
to
at shit.
say it. Someone was thinking it in
I was-
chat.
I was doing a lot of Bulgarian
YouTube.
Bulgarian split squats, right? So I was all up in that bulge area. But yeah, no, I also did a bunch of lifting. I'm fucking getting strong. Like, look at my muscles. I'm so fucking big. No,
My knees
I'm
have been
getting there.
bothering me. I really need to get that procedure on the knees just to help, but that is not possible till at least the summer. So I'm just gonna have to fucking wait. Be patient. And just see what happens. It's frustrating, it's annoying, but it is what it is.
Completely
Fuck,
random
I'm
thought.
already yawning. That's not good.
Yeah, completely random thought. Elderberries are really good. The flavor of elderberries, really tasty. Highly recommend.
I saw someone mix some with some tea. I was like, it's not a
I
bad
believe it.
idea.
No, they're really tasty. I've been eating a lot of berries a lot because it's just one of my favorite things to eat.
They're also
And
good for you,
they're very good for you.
and they're delicious. It's like
And they're
me
delicious.
eating raw green beans when I'm gaming. It's like, wait. My dietitian's like, wait. You're eating something that's good for you, but you like it, and because you like it and you've been doing it your whole life, it's a habit you're just doubling down on. I'm like, yep. And she's like, and you don't realize this is a good thing. Is it? She's like, you're an idiot. Like, can confirm.
Yeah, part of my my protein shake blend in the morning is either berry juice or berries and some kind of juice, cause like yeah, I get that like the
I tend
berries
to
have a lot of
do a lot, and I do mean a lot of berries.
uh
But I
berries have a
lost,
lot of
what was it,
energy
100?
in
I
them.
lost, what, 100 pounds that one year? And a lot of it was just protein, berries, and vegetables. That was
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, berries have a lot of energy in them, and they also have a lot of fiber in them. So you basically are feeling like really flushed through and healthy, and that way you're not getting clogged up with food. So it totally happens. And so you gotta put good stuff in your body, like dick sometimes, but also food.
Whew, there's a big burp. That's
So yeah,
sake.
eat
Do that.
elderberries. They're fucking good. Oh, that's you have been drinking sake, bitch.
Yep, already been drinking.
I've
Yay,
been
me.
drinking.
Pre-gaming before the stream. Oh, yeah.
See, I drank an RC cola and I have a second one. I'm gonna go grab
All
it
right,
in a
I'm
bit.
going to copy all of this bullshit out of Discord, and I'm going to pop it here into
Actually,
Notepad.
if
And there we go.
while I
So
do that,
now I got my wonderful notes.
right, you get your notes. I'm gonna go grab my library. Is that okay?
Yes, go grab it, and I will toss the link in a couple more
Yeah,
channels because I completely forgot to do that.
that's okay. We've been waffling. We haven't even talked
We
about our
got a
fucking weeks
wonderful
yet.
snow skulls. We got heavy snowfall, low visibility, whiteout conditions for like the next, well, supposedly 15 minutes. I expect it to last at least another 30 to 40 minutes. But still,
Hmm.
hopefully it does not take out the internet because that would be really fucking sad and annoying.
I'm not gonna bring my full library in because it's like a stack that's about up to my freaking
Hello,
knee.
Bridget. Hello.
But I'll bring in all the like the books I've been buying and reading, so I can be a better person, so I can claim superiority over people who
Me?
aren't doing that shit. Yeah, over you especially, but also everyone else.
Well, too late. You can't call superiority over me. It's not true.
I'm gonna get my arm warmers too, because it's cold in my fucking apartment, because of all the issues I've been dealing with all fucking week, innit?
I'm still surprised it's been taking you that fucking long to finally deal with your hot
My
water
issues.
and shit.
Oh, don't even fucking get me started. All right, like well, actually no, let's get started. When I grab my RC cola, because it's my favorite cola. I'm a weirdo. I like.
You know, I haven't had
No.
RC Cola since my high school days, okay?
I fucking love RC cola. It's good shit. It's not too sweet. I like it.
Hope you're doing well, Bridget.
Mm. Mm. I gotta be very careful because I have a soda on my bed, so because I'm getting. It doesn't look like it, but I'm actually getting a massage right now from the bed. I have one of those the magic fingers on my bed. Oh, and
Yeah,
boy do
I
I need
kind
it.
of wish I had one of those, but then at the same time, it's like, I'm glad I don't.
It's awesome. I fucking.
'Cause I
It's
would
one of
just
my favorite features of all.
wear the hell out of it. Like,
I've never used it to fuck though. I want to do that.
no,
That'd be
no, no,
awesome.
no, no.
Like
That would ruin the fun of it.
no. Why would it ruin the fun of it, Bree? All right, I want to hear your perspective. You tell me as the more experienced person because I've never done it.
I haven't done it either, but in my mind, it would ruin the fun of it. It's like, why would I ruin something that's already so good and pure and simple? Like,
Pure and simple. Have you had sex? Sex is complicated as shit. There's
no, I'm
maneuvers
talking
that you
about
have
the
to do like.
massage thing with the
Oh,
bed.
oh, okay. I was like, sex is
Yay.
fucking. Sex is like playing video games without the cheats on, bro.
It's not that difficult.
You do have to remember all the combos. There's tons of combos you can use on your
Up,
opponent.
down, left, right,
Mm-hmm.
left, right, A, B, A, B, start,
Mm.
select.
Oh, this is one of those streams where I
RB,
burp a lot.
LB, right trigger, left trigger, XY, start, up, down, left, start again. Then you finally can start the level.
Yeah. Then right, you have to locate the map to get to the clip, right? Do a whole bunch of fetch quests on the way there. Yeah.
All right.
Me and my soda. So yeah, I'm good to go. I got most of the books, not all of the books I bought, but the most relevant ones.
Yep. I have made a whole bunch of different fun little notes here. It doesn't cover everything. We'll add to it in time while we're talking, and I'll probably paste her back in Discord for people. But so people can see it. Yes, we're talking business shit today because we're idiots.
We're not idiots. We're actually pretty good at
so
fucking
focused on business shit.
Basically, this is my hobby. This is what I do for in my spare time. I work in my spare time.
Yeah, I know. I do too. That's the sad part.
I know. That's because we want to be boss bitches. That's why we want to fucking actually own our destiny, and that takes work.
So monetization. The first thing we're talking about is because what we're doing right now, live streaming. Why? Honestly, I've enjoyed live streaming because I've done online radio. I've done video. I've done the animated GIF with text chat. Live streaming is just fun.
I like live streaming. Good shit.
With Twitch, you have a wonderful affiliate, which you give up your exclusivity rights. They can use your image. They can do all sorts of shit. And here's the worst part. Twitch has terrible discoverability. And they take a massive amount of the revenue cut, like 90% of the ad revenue. It's fucking dumb. Yet, for some reason, it's the face of fucking live streaming.
Yeah. Oh, don't even get me started, right, on criticizing Twitch, because it's... I think we do that every stream, and I don't want to start doing it now because I want to turn the whole stream into that. So I'm just let you lead on that one, all right?
Yep. YouTube.
Oh god.
You have the best growth potential there because it is the #1 video site on the web, on mobile. You name it. Best part is you actually have better discoverability there than on Twitch. Kind of explains why people like Ludwig and others, Tim the Tatman and others went to YouTube and left Twitch. I'm just saying. There's so much more growth potential there.
No, I see it.
Best part of they only take 45% of ads, 30% if you're a partner, and they only take 30% of super chat. Ones. Twitch takes half of your subscribers. Shit, which is already fucking annoying. The only problem with Twitch and YouTube is the ad revenue is shit at the moment. The CPMs are terrible, except if you're under a good contract, which they give you really good CPM, or if you have enough viewership, like, let's say PewDiePie.
Oh yeah, good luck with that one.
So until you're huge, this is why monetization outside live streaming is a requirement for those who do live streaming.
Yeah, like everyone plugs their various sources for income, just because like I talked to frickin' what's his face Boulder Boy ages ago, before when he was still like eFame, right? You know who we're talking about, right? Back when he was a nobody.
I don't understand with people on like Twitter. They don't understand this basic concept of diversification. You do that with retirement shit. You got to do it in other business shit too.
Yeah.
If you're a fucking one-trick pony, put all your eggs in one basket. If that basket suddenly, falls apart, you're fucked.
Yeah, we were having this conversation before the stream. Like, exactly that conversation. And how, like, yeah, you gotta manage your shit. Because it's not hard to manage your shit if you just have a ledger. And just, it's like, here's all the shit I gotta check. And there you go. Off you go. Just make sure it takes like 10 minutes. It's not hard.
Hey, Dorian. Good to see you.
I was talking to Boulder Boy way back when, before he was eFames, and yeah, he was telling me about how the monetization on YouTube, like specifically for ads. And he's like, yeah, it's not even worth it. He's like, find another way to get that e-box, because like doing it through YouTube is a complete waste of time.
The only other live streaming platform worth talking about is Facebook Gaming. like Twitch did now. You finally have pay to play for boosting. Because honestly, if you're on the recommended or suggested type of sections, you're going to get a hell of a lot more views. It's going to be the majority of your views.
Yeah.
Simple reality. So monetizing that shit, pay to win bullshit is fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And nobody likes Facebook, so why the fuck would you ever want to use Facebook? It's not like they have security issues. Or they lie about protecting your personal data.
Were we talking last week about how certain big companies like are big companies like Google who don't give a shit about that stuff. Facebook doesn't give a shit about it. Yeah. I'm just saying, there's a recurring theme as well. I'm getting
to go with there for chat. Besides, with live streaming, having VODs is a much stronger strategy for your content for growing especially your monetization than fucking live streams. Yes, the live streams are fun. Live interactions is a beautiful thing. Ooh, Russell Woody.
Yep. No. Yeah. I was gonna get banned on Twitch now. You saw some of my upper thigh.
Oh no! Whatever will we do?
Oh no.
But there's a reason why VODs are the way to go. It's why literally I encourage so many fucking streamers have a fucking VOD channel on fucking YouTube. Whether you make short little clips of your favorite moments or other shit, it's the way to go. It's fucking why TikTok is important. And why I'm an idiot for not posting TikTok clips of video game shit. I should do it. But I'm a moron with a lack of time, and I need someone to fucking do it for me because I don't have the time. Yeah, but that requires money, and I don't. All my money's tied up in other ventures, so it's kind of important.
Yeah, I need to find someone who is who wants to do editing. The guy who is I want to do editing, he's more valuable doing other shit to me because he's actually really good at other stuff.
And here's the fun idea: you could do like some people, hire people to do the VOD shit. And let them run it, let them take all the revenue, and you just get the credit because it all drives more traffic back to your brand. So they're incentivized to do their best work because they're making all the money from it off of your hard work.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
You're not, and then you just have it in the contract to renegotiate that situation every so many years. That way you cover your own butt in case it grows and blows up to be massive. Because if you give too much leeway, you might shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, someone else is making money. Someone else is making a shitload of money, right, off of your shit.
Case in point, we have wonderful issues of places like Shein and other websites taking people's wonderful content and making millions of dollars using it on their own apparel and merchandise and fashion lines and other stuff, and not giving these people credit or anything. And then they don't give a shit because they're not based in America. And what's the U.S. law system going to do? Nothing. That's what. You can do all the copyright takedowns in the world. They're just going to fucking ignore it.
And then I'm going to buy that shit because I totally buy from Shein.
Or Pretty Little Thing. Or all these other wonderful fashion websites. Fashion Nova. You name it.
You leave me alone, right? I think I bought this thing from one of those fucking sites.
They're not bad. You can get a lot of sweet fashion that way, but a lot of them will steal and do things.
I'm sorry.
You have all these wonderful creators who create unique things on Etsy, and these places will steal shit from Etsy, do it themselves, do it cheaper, and not give people the original credit. It's so annoying. So yeah, we already talked about diversifying. This is why, holy cow, I can't spell worth a... I typed this one drunk. Okay, chat. Screw y'all.
She did admit earlier she was doing sake, alright? Like, she was injecting.
No, but I typed this up one night when I was already drunk, so.
You actually took notes? I kind of winged this one like I always do.
While drunk and gaming at the same time. I was fucking bundling, doing all sorts of shit.
My name is Bree. I'm always busy being busy. Like how awesome I am.
No, it's just how I get shit done, so I can take nice long naps.
I know that feel. I know that feel. Trust me. I take very long naps sometimes because I need the energy. Because you can't. All right. If you don't have energy to work, right? Why are you going to continue to work, right? You can always take a nap, right? Get some energy back, and then work on your shit a little bit longer, right? So you can get done.
And
Yeah,
then
and then you can knock
you'll
off.
do a better job instead of screwing yourself over and doing a shit job and having to go back and redo it after you have your nap.
Yeah, I actually fucked myself over this week by not taking a nap when I should have done. And then I'd end up pushing some code that ended up breaking in like a whole fucking server, and I'm like, oh, that's my fault. And I totally admitted to it. I was like, that's my fucking stupid fault. I was working when I was really tired, and I shouldn't have done that. I was trying to resolve a git merge in the most stupidest way possible, and that's what caused it. And it's like it's always that like dumb shit. But like because I was just so honest about it, they're like, oh yeah, no problem. Just thanks for catching it and fixing it. So whatever. You're a dick, but like whatever. Everyone does it. So just lesson learned, right? I won't work myself when I'm totally exhausted. I will step away. I just
Yep. So, diversify. Establish multiple lines of growth. This is why I tell girls, especially, have your Instagram for selfies and cute little video clips. Take the ones from TikTok and put them on fucking Instagram. Bridget, thank you for the biddies.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Oh. We have that covered up. Why do I have that covered up?
I have no idea.
I'm sorry, Bridget. We have that covered up by the notepad.
Oh my word, you are such a bad person, Bree. How dare you?
Yeah, well. People tell me that on a regular basis. It's pretty normal. YouTube, all the other wonderful shit. Oh, the lake is too much. I'm sorry, babe. That's shitty as fuck.
We hit the VOD channel though, so
Lots
you
of
can catch us there.
love. Lots of love. All the love. There, we'll fucking send you big hugs.
No. Yay. Thank you.
Alright. So yeah, that's all about diversifying. Platforms outside live streaming. Monetization. Instagram takes, what is it, 45, 50% typically? Twitter's about 30%. Pornhub and OnlyFans are 20%. Which you'd think the sites that do more not safe for work stuff would take a larger amount. It's kind of dealing with the whole issue of a lot of payment providers not wanting to deal with their asses. But no, they're very kind of content creators. I find that always very surprising.
Yeah, that's why I'm considering it as a viable option.
The best part of both platforms also do a lot of safe for work content too. In fact,
Yeah.
OnlyFans, the majority of their accounts on OnlyFans are actually safe for work content. The minority is the not safe for work ones, but they're the ones that make the largest amount of money for them. For kind of obvious reasons.
Okay,
Ooh, she's watching a movie with a girlfriend. Nice.
When you enjoy your movie. I enjoyed a movie over the weekend. It was a really good one.
Yes. I gotta watch the new James Bond one finally, eventually. I'm gonna probably do that tomorrow. I've been waiting for it to go cheap on sale. And then, of course, last but not least, site we enjoy mocking, Patreon.
Yeah. Oh gosh, hang on.
They're actually the best for monetization. 5 to 12% only, plus whatever little fees. Which, what is it, like 16% only then? And here's the best part with Patreon: you don't have to be posting shit. You don't have to be like a serious, like posting content creator type thing.
I'm jelly.
It's a great way, Patreon, to literally just get revenue in without having it be like a GoFundMe or a fucking Kickstarter.
Yeah, I've kind of got a bad taste in my mouth about GoFundMe and Kickstarter because of the whole, how do I put this politely, getting fucking scammed on there.
Yep. So Patreon is a great option for you to get the most bang for your buck for what people are willing to give to you to fund whatever endeavor you're trying to do.
Yeah, I basically, when I was thinking about crowdfunding for my ventures, I was thinking about doing a Patreon, but I would also do streams to basically back up what I was wanting to
Yep.
do,
And
or whatever it is I'm planning on doing.
Yep. And I always think it's good to provide at least something, even if it's just regular updates saying, hey, this is where I'm at, and it's just a text post. You don't have to have pictures or anything. Just give feedback as to what's going on, what is happening. Honestly, change logs are already a thing.
Ah.
Make your Patreon a changelog of what's going on.
Sure. Like, yeah. Basically, I've always had that thing about monetization for my YouTube channel that I don't ever want to monetize it because I didn't feel as if it was worth monetizing because it's unlike I'm providing anything of value. It was just a thing I did for silly reasons, right? And
Yep,
so, like,
Patreon's a great way to monetize without necessarily providing in the immediate future or even the near future something of value, but in the long term you will.
yeah, and see, that's why I'm thinking about that for when I decide to do like the game development stuff because I'm still investigating it. Of course, I always am. It's just that I have other things I investigate because I run a
Yep.
business as well.
And
So
this is why I actually encourage people with Patreon over doing things like OnlyFans or other ones that are a lower percentage take by the platform because it's worth it. Yes, Patreon sucks when it comes to certain things like not safe for work content, political content. But if you're doing just certain other stuff, it's fine. Just don't cross certain lines and you're fine. Like, for instance, some of the artists that I really enjoy. We're talking about Vicky earlier and the one that she does collabs with and all that shit. It's very much not safe for work art content. But because it doesn't cross into certain not safe for work themes, they don't give a shit. And then Amount of Money is great because it helps basically fund them being able to do this kind of stuff and to be able to do commissions for people and shit.
So, completely off topic, but I want to mention it. I just the vibrating bed just stopped all of a sudden, and I just got a sudden rush of like immense endorphins. It was really nice.
Speaking of that type of feeling, you'll enjoy this.
Wow.
One of my favorite girls who does fashion stuff on YouTube. Honestly, I wish she would open a Patreon. She did a video recently called Why She Doesn't Have a Boyfriend. And the whole video was literally about one type of sex toy that she has. It's like, yeah. The funny part is every female friend of mine that has one of those agrees. You basically have that with the legs and the whole body. Just, you have the endorphins. It kind of goes a little numb. It's like, it's like you've had one of those bed massage things and it's been amazing. It's like, well, we just made men completely obsolete. It's like, completely explains it.
Like I'm thinking about getting the.
And she's a hottie. Like she totally. But it's one of those things where it's like, meh. She's like me. She'd rather just focus on all these other fun things going on.
I'm thinking about getting the whole essential oil thing set up and doing the whole vibrating bed thing. It's like, oh, something else. It's good shit.
Yeah, I got my essential oil thing right now with lemongrass going.
Oh really? I love lemongrass. It's so good. We should talk about that one.
The condo smells so good.
We should talk about that sometime because I know quite a bit about that.
A lot of people don't understand that one very well.
No, they don't. There's people who think it's complete snake oil, and they just don't understand it. And then there's the people on the other side who think it's like miracle cure, and just everyone like
yes,
it's a bit of both and like neither. It's kind of like everyone's fucking stupid.
So that's all the live streaming and video stuff and different platform things for videos and live streaming and content. Marketing. What does it do? Obviously, you drive people to your content. Retention's the biggest focus. Some of the shit we've already talked about, blah, blah, blah. I like the 3 different strategies. And I stole this one from Devin. I blame him for this, but he's really right. There's the method a lot of girls I know use where they just start posting shit everywhere. Always trying to collaborate with people, posting links everywhere to the point ad nauseum where you're sick of it. Using things like Reddit, social media, you name it. To the point where they're treated as spam sometimes by platforms.
I can understand why though. Some people are aggressive.
You then have the losers that do the trend where they just try to do things to make people talk about them. Like, oh, getting purposely banned on a platform temporarily and other shit. Watching copyrighted content so you get banned temporarily. And then you don't have to work for a month. But your popularity skyrockets. Not that we're talking about any specific content creators.
Do you want to talk about someone very specific? That sounds like at least like a handful of people I know.
Just saying. Or starting a whole mess of drama on Twitter just for the sake of getting attention.
Oh yeah, no, we
Or
know a guy like that.
here's an idea, giving a completely contrary opinion to what the masses are saying on something that everyone did not expect, just to be contrarian so people will talk about you as being an idiot. So you draw attention to yourself. Regardless of whether you actually hold the opinions or not. Which, more often than not, I tend to think they probably don't.
No, because it's bait.
Yeah, it's the bait and switch method. And then, of course, there's my favorite method, the SEO. It's pretty self-explanatory. Search engine optimization, people hunting you down, making it super easy. This is why I tell streamers to have a fucking URL that links to a link tree, or your Patreon, or your Twitch stream, or whatever is your primary good place for the people to find you.
Yep. Remember web rings and shit, dude? Like,
yeah.
Those didn't have the concept of those never went away. We just renamed it other shit and we format it differently.
There's a reason why that worked well in the 90s. Oh god, I feel old though.
Remember web rings? Yeah, I know, right? I'm fucking old. Some of those things still exist. And they still
they
work.
do.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still in one technically.
I know, right?
Well,
Technically,
people that were part of the
Ultima
Dragons and RPG gamers.
I don't remember my old cringy Sonic fan page.
Oh my god!
With
what was the website? Oh, it was the GeoCities.
Oh god, yes.
With web rings on that.
I had a GeoCities page with the sparkly fucking mouse and shit, dude. I had all that shit. Hell yeah.
So I'm telling you, SEO, fantastic. Make good use of that. It's completely underutilized by people. People do not understand it. Along with marketing, you obviously want to merchandise. Quote, good old fucking Spaceballs, merchandise. Merchandise.
I love that fucking joke.
But you know what? It's fucking
so
true.
Accurate. It is so accurate, though.
I mean, there's a reason why Soda Poppin' does, hey, let's take ideas from the community for merchandise and we'll make it happen and let people buy the shit that they vote as the most popular ones that they like. Then people buy the shit that they want and it gets your shit out there and you don't have to do any design work or any of this other stuff. You just take something someone's already done, create it, make it happen, and then make all the profits from it. It's the most low effort method possible, but it works.
My friend Raging Golden Eagle, he has like one of those t-shirt making sites that makes all the t-shirts and blankets and shit. Just slaps his the
drop
branding
ship,
on
print
it
on demand type stuff. Stream Elements has that. A bunch of other places. Printify. Is it Redbubble?
Oh, I don't even know. There's a lot of them.
There's tons of them. Find one that works. Yes, they tend to take, you don't tend to get a great revenue cut from it unless you jack the prices up.
But like his whole thing is it gets his branding out there, and it's so low effort. So it's kind of worth it for him to just
here. Great way to visually get your stuff out there and do drop shipping, which means you don't have to handle the merchandise, the shipping, all that bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's just a passive income, which is the benefit of it. Your time is precious. So having a way you can make income without actually having any effort into it, or you just have to update graphics and things like that on occasion to add more stuff, variety, right? But like, that's very low effort as well. You just can pay people to do that. And then
no, obviously you can do like I've done before with merchandise where you have your own personal site and you sell shit that you make and you deal with your own shipping and all that other stuff. That's a lot of work. There's a reason why I don't do that no more.
See, for the solution I'm working on with my friends into the whole thing, the venture I'm going through, we have to figure out the whole shipping part. Is the one part of the problem we haven't figured out, and we're just planning on
stamps. I literally use stamps.com.
I was considering it.
I used that method. I felt stupid, but you know what? It actually worked pretty well.
Yeah, I've been considering it because at the way we've got the whole project structured out, it makes sense at the beginning to have, just because it makes no sense to scale up before we've got real investment into it, because we want to have like things to back ourselves up with when we go to site. Because
all those like pewter figurines, calculating the weight, the shipping, and all that shit, it just was so nice to have a platform that you could use to do all that stuff, print the labels out at home, stick it on the shit, mail it out, be done.
And then yeah,
Because it reduced a lot of the workload, but you still had plenty to do yourself. Now, I'm glad I don't do that shit anymore. But I personally still need to find a good dropship option. I just haven't liked any of them because there's always been some blatant, glaring flaw in the system that I didn't like. The
that's
last
what I've
one I
been.
looked at, it's like, okay, when they buy from you, you get the money. But then the moment that the money gets sent to you, they could still do a chargeback. They could still cancel it and whatnot. But you pay already for it regardless. And if they already cancel it and you already pay them, they're already going to have it printed. So you still have to pay for it. But then they have it on hand and then it becomes this giant mess.
Yeah, this the whole
And I don't
logistics
like
problem.
that.
Yeah, no, I've been talking to people in the dropshipping industry, and that's the whole problem with that people have with
I
it. It's
don't
just
want
so
to
fucking
have it where
disorganized.
it goes through this process. I want it where if someone orders it and then it ships, I just get the royalty at the end. I don't want to have this where money changes hands this way, money changes hands again, money changes hands again, and there's all this extra invoicing and other bullshit. I don't like that. There's
Hmm.
multiple places where failures and issues can happen that just add more stress. And I don't want to
Single,
deal with that bullshit.
multiple points of failure are just basically single points of failure, but multiplied. Like
Yes. And then you're more likely
having.
to have bigger problems, bigger issues, more frustration. I don't need that. It sucks.
I can grab my kitty's tail because my kitty is a stuffed animal.
So that's why I left the second part of merchandise out in my notes because I've lived that world and I don't encourage it. Unless you plan on having it be your life where you're always making the shit and that's your entire living, like the people who make shit on Etsy and other stuff, fine, you can do it. But then it's not merchandise. You're actually becoming a retail outlet.
Yeah, see that, and that's
And
why I'm not.
that's a whole nother type of that's a whole nother type of monetization of becoming a retailer.
That's where I'm going
Yep.
with my bullshit. Like, can we talk about some of the stuff I've been doing?
Yep. This is
Cool,
where I
because
was
it's
going to
where
let you jump in because I don't
I
want to become a retailer. Not until maybe I retire or something like that.
cool. So I bought several books. I've actually had the chance to go over all of them. I literally just got one of them today. But basically, I'm investing in e-commerce books. So I've got E-commerce Evolved by Tanner Larson, this fucking big bastard right here. And basically, this is just a bunch of strategies um, involving e-commerce. He founded the company Build Scale Grow Scale, and so I'm going to go look up what he does and read it through just to see if it's. I may not have all the ideas in here, but at least I'll have some of the picture, which is good. And then I've also got this one, which is how to start and grow an e-commerce business, which is basically a 5-step process into taking the entrepreneurial leap. Which is just the biggest problems you're probably going to have. Here's some ideas how to solve that shit, just in case I need a reference, or just like there's something in here. Again, I don't know. I'm planning on buying more books like this because of whatever. So I just want to make sure like
Yeah.
all my bases
And
are
the
covered
market has
knowledge-wise.
changed so much in the past, even just 10 years when it comes to e-commerce.
Yeah, this is why when with my project, I'm thinking a little bit forward thinking where's the market going to go and whatnot, and I'm thinking about like where's data privacy going to go, because with all these data breaches and shit and all these like security and stuff. With myself, I just got done with all the theory of AWS security certification, so I'm studying for it. I've got to go study all the material and do the real world scenario shit and just practice, 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 and I can go basically take the certification. But I started the certification path specifically because there's so many fucking breaches, and they're just awful, and people will just shrug when they're done. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, even though these are massive data breaches that cost a lot of money, and not just for the companies that have the breaches, also for the customers that have the data, it's ridiculous. So if when someone finally gets their shit together and finally like starts addressing it, like at a like in a whole litigation and fucking governmental stage, then we might actually have to deal with stuff like that. And I want to be ahead of that curve. I don't want to be having all like, oh, we have all this like data unprotected and shit like that. You have to all this stuff. It's like, no. I'm gonna try and do my stuff to the utmost because I don't want to be that guy who's dropping the fucking ball and fucking things up. So my whole plan with my e-commerce shit is to just plan it all out, have enough room for it to be adaptive because you're not gonna have all the solutions for everything. but at least have enough of an idea of what you're building before you start, and then that way you can explain to other people and get buy-in. Right, and that's how you build out like a people who believe in your product at the business level where they're building it with you, right?
Yep. Like they're
And so
like
that
with the resin community that I'm
Mm.
part of. For a lot of them, it is something where it takes that time, but once you have that established, you're good. Like some of these people, they've been just doing this, making the exact same shit all day, every day, however many hours they want, so long as they keep enough in stock, as well as do the request ones as needed. Some of them only work like 4 hours a day.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the point
Kinda
where
nice.
I've been doing research on like the work week and how people actually want to work. And like there's a lot of evidence to suggest the 4-day 10-hour work week is actually more preferred by people because it gives them a larger block of time to rest and they can decompress, and people like that. And so I've been looking into that. Yeah, this bitch too, trust me. I'm a workaholic. I like to
Like
work my
Mondays
time
are
in
a
one
shit
chunk.
worthless day because I do so much meaningless
Mm.
shit on Mondays. If I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, and I put in 10-hour days the rest of the week,
Mhm.
I would have so much more shit done.
Yeah, yeah, because basically
It's a
it would
very simple thing.
yeah, even if you preferred breaking it up into 2 days where you do 10 hours, take a break in between and break it up 2 days that way, that's still manageable. Or spread out more evenly, however you wish to do it. Having a flexible schedule like that really does matter to people because then they're like, okay, well, I'm not going to miss hours and shit like that. I still get all my work hours. But also, like, it's not like it's terribly exhausting. It might be too much for some people. I get that. That's why I've also been looking at the 24-hour work week like as well. Basically, we work 6-hour days because there's research suggests that working long hours and working long days really doesn't help businesses either. Where having a 6-hour day where you're more productive and have shorter days, you still work like 5 days a week, but you only work 6 hours a week.
I like the less days, longer hours because the
Or like
companies I
4 hours
deal
a week.
with, you have
Yeah.
people on the East Coast that start real early to people on the West Coast that start later. And this way I can deal with everyone over a nice long block of time and then just be done.
Yeah, sorry, it was 4-6, it's not 5-6. 5-6. I'm stupid. Fucking.
Because I'm
But yeah,
up
no, I
at
mean,
3 and I'm dealing with people already at, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's like, most of these people, there's some people that aren't done until like sometimes 7, 8 o'clock at night.
yeah,
And I'm
it's
not
like,
dealing with them. It's like, well, if I could put in a little longer day, I could be a lot more efficient with my time.
see, I tend to split my days up. I tend to take a nap in the middle of the day, so that way I take an early lunch because I don't eat like, I don't eat breakfast until like brunch time. So I either have breakfast or lunch or brunch. Ooh. And then basically later in the
Oh,
day, I'll break up my day by taking a nap because that revitalizes me for the rest of the day to get on with my bullshit. And I've kind of got my day all organized with that, and it really does help,
oh my God. I took literally a 45-minute nap
Ah,
after I got home before stream. I skipped doing makeup, but I don't care because I was actually refreshed to the point. It's like, okay, I can go till 10 o'clock tonight and be completely fine.
yeah,
I'll be
like
functional, which is not always the case around here for us.
I was told at a company I worked at that I suggested that we have a nap room, and I was told that I was childish and infantile for wanting that. And I'm like, no, I was like, you don't understand. I was like hanging out with some guys from New York who are like really powerful executive dickheads, right? And they were telling me how much they have to pay to take a half-hour nap in the middle of New York, and they're like paying like $300 or $400 for a half hour to sit in a fucking chair. And you're telling me that's an infantile
Like,
idea?
this
Really?
is funny. So
I want to be
some
making
of
that
these
much money
big
every half
guys
hour.
in companies that I know, there's a reason why they have a sofa in their office. They will
Hmm.
literally lock their door. They will just lay down. They won't even necessarily take a nap. They just will close their eyes for like 10, 15 minutes, just tune out the world and just be like, it's amazing how much that tiny little bit is literally all it takes for them to then be able to come back and be like, okay, I'm functional. Let's go.
Yeah, like, um, there's this one movie I watched with fucking Stephen Baldwin in it where one of the he has like micro naps because he has like weird sleep issues in it. It's a fucking weird film, not just because it's got Stephen Baldwin in it, but also that was his whole thing. He takes micro naps because like just chum, like he just always going. He works like 20-hour days, so his whole character like needs those little tiny just switch offs.
The retail thing, it's a fun option.
Yeah, I'm going that route.
Someday I
Because
will do the working in resin shit as a retail thing, like when I retire. It's a little way to make a little extra money when I'm retired. So I can do fun shit like travel and other shit. Plus, when you retire, you're gonna need shit to keep you busy.
yeah, see, that's the whole reason I want to do a retail thing because I kind of want to retire early and just do that because I
Yeah,
could probably
my
end up
dad
just
may retire
setting it up.
early. What's the thing he may do when he retires early? Consult, because then he can take jobs as he wants, when he wants. Work
Yeah.
the hours he wants. He can literally say, "Here, okay, here's how much it's going to cost you guys. Here's estimated time I can have it done," and then he can choose how many hours he wants to work to get that project done. If he doesn't want to work one day and he's got plenty of time, he doesn't have to fucking work.
Yeah, I'm talking to a guy about learning how to do consulting at this point because he's still kind of more junior and whatnot, and I'm just kind of more experienced and kind of just I'm a little bit more jaded from being a high level grunt because effectively that's what I do. Just super duper highly skilled, like that ultra level grunt you pay in like that. You know how in Warhams you have that one fucking guy you put all your points into. He has all the fucking awesome guns and shit, but he's still just the sergeant of your shitty troops. So he only has 1 HP. I'm that guy, right? I'm like 10,000
You
points, but I'm just like the dude who leads the fucking like tiny little dudes. But yeah, no, I'm kind of tired of that. I'm like, why don't I just go into consulting? I have all these like specialties I've done. I've done so much variety of shit in my career. I can basically just do it. And I just said, I was like, to sort of do. I'm like, well, do you want to go into that? Because if it basically requires you to study all the time. But if you're interested in learning shit as a pastime, it's just nothing doing, right? Yeah, it's just keeping up on shit. You get to go to expos and stuff, whenever you feel like and you can afford it, of course, because it's a great way to meet people and also get your business card out there and like talk to people and ask them about stuff and learn about new shit. But
yeah,
also, you can, like saying you can travel and all that stuff like you were saying.
yeah. And
Consulting's
if Dad
great.
wants to travel out to companies consulting for, let's say, California, he can bring Mom with him. They can have a little fun while out there. They could spend a week out there. He can do work. Mom can check out cool shit. They can check out cool shit together too. There's a lot of advantages here.
Yeah. No, see, I'm
And
trying to
the
figure out
business
all
world
this.
kind of embracing the whole work from home, remote work thing and whatnot, with things like Fiverr and other stuff with people doing more and more contract type stuff. The business world's changing. There's advantages here for a lot of people to make sort of, self-employment a much more viable and happier option for them.
Yeah, yeah, it's because of the whole remote work thing. It's making me think I can do consulting because like I don't mind going on site
I
at
mean,
all.
my dad as a
But
consultant has worked for companies that did shit like making valves and valve control software for nuclear power plants to all sorts of other badass shit. And the
yeah,
fact that growing up, I got to see actual valves from nuclear power plants at home, hooked up to air compressors being worked on
it's awesome though.
to see to see if the software is working right
That's
and
so
shit.
cool.
I'm sorry, but that's kind of badass.
Yeah, no, that's fucking great. All right. That is like remember that? You remember a really long time ago, back in when the Xbox 360 was still prototype, and there was that kid that like had an Xbox 360 in his house because his dad worked at Xbox, and he showed it. I like took pictures of him playing it and shit, and he got his dad fucking fired.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy because it's like, yeah,
I was
okay,
like
we
forever ago. I remember
understand
that.
this
It was so
sucks,
great.
but at the same time, it's like we live in a situation where it doesn't matter what age you are. Take a look at the shit going on around you. You can look and see a lot of really cool fucking shit and grow from it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I having like the dev kits and stuff like that for things when you're working with a client is fucking cool. I
Like,
love that shit.
I'm estranged from my family to an extent because they don't accept me as trans and all that other shit.
You know that, Phil?
But I look at all the cool shit I got to do with video games, technology, and other shit, woodworking, you name it. I'm not gonna besmirch them and shit because I got to learn and grow so much shit that helps me now. I'd be a fucking moron to fucking talk smack about it too much. There's a reason why I can do the cool shit that I do, and it's all because I actually got to spend all that time and effort.
Yeah, that's why I'm basically taking all my skills that I've learned and trying to combine them into something useful.
Make
Because
the
why
most
not?
of every opportunity, even if the opportunity has sad memories attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Or shitty in the moment, you will fucking not regret it.
Yeah. Be industrious and be opportune. Oh, I can talk about that actually. Hang on, I have another thing I can talk about that's kind of related to this. It's kind of the attitude thing, because that's a very important part of business, is having the right attitude. You can't be think with that fucking negativity and bullshit, right? You gotta be positive and be able to turn disadvantage into advantage on a whim, right? Gotta be like opportunity and shit. So, oh, it's fucking labels and stuff stuck to this. Okay, cool. So this one is called The Eloquent Leader. It is by Peter Andre, not the guy who has fake abs for all the people who lived in Britain and are also my age, you know, right? Because there's also a guy called Peter Andre who has fake abs. But yeah, this is a book about the 10 steps in figuring out how to stop being a twat and to basically manipulate people
I
into
need
what you
that
want.
book.
Yeah, because yeah, this is great. Like basically, this is 10 steps on how to manipulate people into doing everything you want them to do, and it's based upon like psychology and stuff, and it uses actual speeches from famous
Oh,
people.
I was talking about the not being a twat part.
Oh yeah, basically it helps you mask that in tandem with this book, which is called Master Your Emotions by I'm gonna fuck this up. Thibault Maurice. Thibault, yeah, Thibault Maurice. I don't know. You tell me, right? He says he's French.
Hold the book up again. You were a little bit low on the camera.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go.
Thibault Maurice.
Yeah, Thibault Maurice. Yeah, cool. And basically, this is just like how to get around all those human bullshits that we have, because you know we're basically emotional monkeys, and these are the developing the habits and the cognitive thought to get around your subconscious thought. So
I will neither confirm nor deny that I am a stupid monkey.
with those, right, in tandem with these are basically my materials to basically help me master the conscious part of my mind, because the subconscious part of my mind will sabotage it all the fucking time. And so it's just like, well, how do I compensate for that? Something I can't help, because like it's basically the brain masturbating effectively. It's a real thing. Like I want to make sure that I don't give people the wrong ideas or impressions so that I miss opportunities, because that would suck. I don't want to fucking be upset or something like that and be mad at the wrong person who didn't really do anything at all and end up just offending them and then having them fuck off when it really could cost me that one deal that I really need. Like I don't want to be like that. I want to live. I want to live with like working with people and shit like that. And so that means I gotta learn how to master me being an angry bitch. Right? Put that anger into something
being
useful.
an angry bitch? No, never.
Well, it's really why am I an angry bitch rather than the fact that I'm an angry bitch, because we all know I am. It's just that,
Really?
you know.
I never knew.
Yeah, it's usually why though. When things are going well, right, and people aren't fucking with me actively, I'm pretty chill, right? It's when you start fucking with me on a regular basis that I kind of get a bit of ire in my attitude, So it's like,
Really? I never knew this.
Yeah, it turns out if you fuck with people, they get angry. So yeah, like psychology. That's some psychology fucking Professor J shit right there.
Deep.
You're welcome. Psychology mastered.
The sarcasm is dripping. I'm gonna need a towel after this.
Hot. I have a cat.
All right. Last but not least, my favorite part: sponsorships. If you're like one of those bigger streamers, they get like the 500 to 2,000 plus viewers. You just get a few sponsorships, making a few thousand a month, easily. The important part is make sure they're ones that represent your brand well and they give you positive exposure.
Like Ridge Wallets, which I don't have right next to me.
Which literally was the one I wanted to talk about.
I would totally do another
Products
fucking
that are
not
actually
promotion
like
for
good and useful
them.
and fit your branding well. Like in my case, order good sponsorships. Well, I like working with fucking game development studios and publishers and doing like key giveaways and shit like that because, well, we're on Twitch. I think it fits the branding part of what the content I do here very, very well. It's also a hobby that's very precious to me and most people that take part in my content because I tend to do the more nerdy, goofy, geeky shit. It works. It works well. Fortunately, though, it's not always easy to do it as much as I would like.
Yeah, I really wish I was able to stream more on my own channels. I haven't been able to do my cooking show because of my issues with my water. I can't keep my kitchen clean in a reliable way, where if I don't have hot water. So if I don't have hot water for like a week or so, that's very fucking terrible. I can't plan around that. So it's like, what do I do? You know. Also, I've been busy with work and shit. The IT certification thing and whatnot. I'm nearly through it. So yeah, I've been like fucking leveling up, bitch. Been studying hard. These aren't even all the books I study. Like I said, I got a whole fucking
This
stack.
isn't even our final form. I mean,
Not for
wait,
real.
no.
Not for real.
Old joke, but it's still a good one.
I have booty shorts that have that on there with like with a picture of Cell on it. I love it. They're great. When the weather's warmer, I'll wear them because like they're bulge-tastic.
Bulge-tastic.
Oh yeah, dude. I went to like a barcade with those fuckers on with like my full fucking like bulge and everything, and all these guys were checking it out because bulgy wulgy ooh. Playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles looking like a fucking snack, right? Yeah.
But yeah, that's all the notes that I had for shit.
Nope, that covers everything. Like the other thing is also like there's one other thing I want to talk about with your business ship because it's really important. Don't overwhelm yourself. It's like in terms of just your business, your stuff, your personhood, all that shit. Don't fucking spread yourself too thin. It's really easy to do, and people don't ever fucking consider it. Yeah, right. It's really
Don't
easy to
do what Bree does.
Don't do what
Simple
Bree does. Yeah.
fact.
Don't do what fucking Frozen does, because I do it all the fucking time. I mean, Jesus, I haven't had a day off to relax. I think I took
okay,
one the other
y'all
day.
saw
That's the
me
first
when
one
I
in
got
ages.
back from fucking Tennessee. Y'all fucking saw what kind of good mood I was in.
Yeah.
For fucking good goddamn reason.
Yeah. Like I'm so busy. Like I'm so busy, right? I'm planning my vacation for the end of the fucking year, right? Because like,
Yeah,
for one, it's
like I
expensive,
have
right?
all my
Two,
art shit that I'm doing at the moment. I got the boudoir photo shoot in April.
oh,
I'm already planning. It's like, okay, I'm want to go down into Tennessee again. I'm hoping at some point this year she can come up. We can go to the Dells. Well, that's going to cost me X amount of thousands of dollars to have the hotel room for this many days, to not have to work that many days, and all this other shit.
That's why you got to factor in how, like, are you working those days? Because I'm going to try and organize it so I can work on some of the days I go on vacation, so I can at least have an income. Because for me, right, I want to get away from where I'm at physically. Like, I don't really care if I'm working or not, because I'll just like be hanging, right?
True, they do
'Cause-
have good internet in those hotels out in the Dells, so like I could do a little bit of work from there. But my laptop, I have a shit. Like I'm gonna need to buy like a nice tablet for a couple $100 at least.
Mhm.
Which honestly, I should upgrade because that fucking laptop is so fucking old.
Yeah,
It
I
just,
need Well, I just upgraded my laptop, but I do need to actually upgrade my tablet because one of the things I want to do, right, is be able to take my like my MIDI software that I use on my tablet with me on planes. But I also want to be able to hook it up with OTG to take like a MIDI controller with me so I can do it much easier because of hand issues. Touchscreens are not good for people with accessibility issues. And so the problem is a lot of tablets don't support that.
well, it's
They
one of
can
the reasons I have a stylus for my Fold 3 is because that really does help sometimes with my hands.
Yeah, it is good to have a stylus, like one of the phones that has, or the tablets or whatever the fuck they have. But I need a physical device because I need the tactical response, because of the whole analog nature of making music. So
That's why I have my
Like,
keyboard right here for making music.
yeah, but I need mine to be portable so I can take it on the plane. Because, like, yes, I will actually pull out a whole
There's
fucking.
this one guy who does a lot of like music review ones, but he's like more operatic trained singing.
Mhm.
He has this little portable keyboard that's literally just like one octave, and you can manually adjust what octave it is real easily.
Like a MIDI controller, yeah.
Yeah, it's this tiny little thing, but it's fucking brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, I want one of those that will work with a tablet with the software I use, so I can take it on a fucking plane and not have it weigh like a fucking ton. Because we're taking a laptop, right, is considerably more like heavier, and much more of a pain in the ass, and more things can go wrong. Whereas a tablet is very much more simpler, and if you drop it, it's really like it won't completely ruin your day. If you have like the bumper like I do,
Yeah.
but and basically it's a cheaper option because you can either you have to invest in a laptop and all that good stuff, right? And plus, going through customs with all that shit, whatever you got to go through, is a pain in the ass, right? Trust me, I've done it. I literally
so
put
true.
on the fucking plane, right? They had outlets on the plane, and I pulled out my whole shit. The bitch looking next to me was like, "Is this bitch serious?" I pulled out my fucking my tablet, right? I pulled out the fucking plug for it, so I plugged it into the fucking outlet. Plug my headphones into. I got these big fucking DJ headphones, and I'm sitting there making fucking music on a synthesizer emulator. She's like, "Are you fucking making music?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "That's better."
Yeah, we're at the point now where technology lets us do a lot more cool shit than we used to be able to do.
Yeah.
Embrace that shit.
And I get bored on the planes. Like, I'll be on a plane for like 4 hours, just fucking.
Oh shit! I'd sit there and read my music.
Yeah, I go through all that shit. So I'm just like, I need something to do that's low power, but like portable. And I don't play games because games bore me. So I want to do something productive, like learn how to use this, learn how to make like synthesized
that's why
music.
I read, because it's like I don't feel like having the game constantly. So, ta-da!
Yeah, I'm going through the process. I've got a professional grade like book scanner. I paid like $1,000 for it, and I want to go through all of my library and make them all digital, so I can basically just take them on my tablet, so I can read them on the plane. Because I have things like synthesizer instruction books, how to like figure out specific waveforms and shit. How to like all sorts of software books. These books, like I got books that everyone's like, get a Kindle. I'm like, yeah, but I want the physical books.
The physical books are so nice, just for the tactile part of it.
And
I
that and
find
the
that
fact,
very satisfying.
well, that and the fact, power outages, right? If you don't have power on a device, you can't use it. It's just a fucking dumb brick at that point.
Wait. You don't need power to read a physical book.
I know. It's amazing. It just sits there and does the thing, right? It's fucking great. Yeah, so, like, every time there's a power outage, I just go get my flashlight and I start reading a book because I got nothing else better to do. Or do a puzzle because I love doing puzzles. I always have more analog, old school shit like for when the power goes out because it happens.
Well, yeah, people are like, well, why haven't you bought a resin printer yet? I'm like, I already do resin casting.
Yeah.
Like, I could do all sorts of cool resin shit. Yeah, I still want to get one eventually, but I'm okay being patient, waiting for prices to come down and shit. Plus, my best friend's fiance owns one with a buddy of his. They can print shit for me if I need something really quick.
Oh.
I can take my time.
Oh, this feels lovely. But no, the massaging is great. I love it.
Now you just need a little crown for that fucking.
For this bitch.
Yes, then you can have the James Cat from fucking Lost Ark last stream. The king of all cats.
I forgot about James Cat. Oh my god, yes. You need a little cat.
Asmongold picked the exact same cat. I'm like, you know what?
I forgot about
the best fucking choice.
Oh. Yeah, he does kind of look like that cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he needs like
He's
a
orange.
crown.
He just needs a little crown now.
Yeah, a little crown and a little cape. Like,
so someone buy one for her off of like Etsy or something.
What I really need to have as a wish list, right? Because then like people can buy shit like that for me. Maybe dumb stuff that we have on stream, right?
Or like on Amazon. There we go.
Yeah,
you can hide your address and shit.
Tell you what. I'll have my assistant. I have an assistant. I'll have her set me up all that shit. So that way, because I have
a fucking Amazon wish list. It's fucking on my link tree.
Well, you have to help me set all that shit up. I'm an idiot, right? So you help
Honestly,
me set
it
up that
was
shit
great because one friend got me a fucking lipstick off there that I really, really like that doesn't come off easily on glasses and drinks and shit. I still fucking love that one.
I end up
Still, I think one
buying.
of the best designed lip colors ones from one brand ever.
I ended up buying like this fucking like retro games console for Omegon off of his Amazon wish list because I usually don't support a lot of creators. There's very few that I
Oh yeah, for
give to financially.
Sophia Narwoods, I bought her one game.
Yeah.
And she was like stoked. It's like, yeah, it's just
Yeah,
a little
it's good
Christmas
shit.
birthday thing, but
It's dumb, right? It's so good though.
it was a cheap like $17 game. It's like, go have
Yeah.
fun, play, make cool content.
Yeah.
Don't make content with it. Just sit and play it and annoy your girlfriend. Because who doesn't enjoy doing that either?
Dude, just so cute.
It's just, you know, it's one of those things where just, in my mind, it seems so fucking obvious. But
See, I used to have a cat. My cat would love this. Where I put my hands like this on the chubby cheeks, and then go with it like this, as hard as fuck. Because they would have so much fluff. I figured he had so much fluff. Cats can feel through their fur really well. So when you stroke them, that's why they don't like it when you go the other fucking way, right? So I just figured if he has so much fluff there, I'm just gonna like just give it all the fucking one time when he was really, really young. Like when he was still like a kitten and he fucking loved it. So anytime he wanted affection, just and you could go
the farm
go
cats are
really
always
hard. He
fun
loved
to
it.
have. I still preferred my
Oh.
dog, but the farm cats were always nice.
I miss having the cat. I miss having the kitty cats, and it's just so cute.
They were the only cats that I've ever met in my life that didn't like hate me from the start. Like even Lindsay's cat was like, "No, I'm gonna go break shit here because I don't like being next to you, and you're taking up my spot." It's like, you know what? Fuck you, cat.
I can go for the tummy, and the kitty cat's is not going to attack me. Superior kitty cat's in. Sorry, I like my stuffed animals. That's one of the things I collect. Leave me alone.
I'm not judging you. I still have a few stuffed animals.
I have, yes, a few.
You don't see me giving a shit.
I have the inside out squid, and I used to threaten my junior developers to not make me turn it inside out because one side's happy and one side's angry. They're like, "Don't you make me turn it inside out! Don't you make me turn it to the angry side, happy squid side.
Holy
Keep the
cow.
squid happy."
We already did an hour and a quarter, literally just talking the business shit.
Yeah, no, the business
Time
shit fucking.
flies.
And that's not even all the business shit we could have talked. That was just the
plan for what we were going to talk
plan.
about today.
The plan, yeah. That's
I'm
just the
still
fucking.
stoked. Okay, so we have the Unreal Engine model. That's in process. That'll be lots of fun. Renders and shit. Safe for work, not safe for work. Motion capture, animation, shit for stream, and other fun stuff. We have the new artwork from Vicky that she's doing for me. We have the boudoir photo shoot for myself because coming up on 7 years on hormones, I'm going to fucking celebrate that shit.
I'm coming up on 7 years too, bitch.
It's amazing how fucking time flies. It's like, I'm going to do something for myself.
Yeah.
Have some real
really.
fucking fun with it.
Yeah, I'm trying. Basically, what I'm thinking about for my vacation shit is taking a 4-day weekend because it would be around about the same time as my
yeah.
my 7.
Well,
yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I went down and visit Lindsay. It's like, here's a chance to see if this friendship's real or not. But at the same time, I get 6 days away from home. I don't get to do that shit.
No, oh fuck no, we're too busy for that shit.
I'm gonna fucking take advantage of that shit, and I fucking did, and it was fantastic.
I just want to. All I want to do on vacation is fucking sad. I just want to go to the spa and the pool. So it doesn't really matter where I go on vacation because, like, ultimately, as long as
That's
it's
one of the
easy to
reasons
get
why I
to.
like going to Wisconsin Dells. It's like 2 hours away. The hotels are nice. You have the indoor water parks, hot tubs, and all that shit. A bunch of them have spas. You have the outside water parks. You got the mini golf. You got the casino. You got
Oh, you had me at
great
mini golf.
food.
Oh, you had me at mini golf, girl.
The mini golf is
Oh,
fantastic.
oh,
One of my
don't be sorry
favorite
about
mini golf courses is there. One of them's got a whole indoor fucking theme park with like shooting gallery and other fun shit.
Then
It is just, and the best part is it's not expensive compared to, let's say, going to like California or other shit. It's like, this is in my backyard basically. I'm gonna go fucking have my fun without having to drive a far distance away and spend 3 times as much.
You just reminded me, actually. That's actually a point. So they opened up a new water park out here in Denver. So up in Thornton area is the I think it's the world's largest water park, or it was at one point Waterworld. And
Oh,
Waterworld is
nice.
yeah Waterworld is mank, but I've been there so much, whatever, I don't care. But they opened up a second one. They actually had one in Elitch's they developed after Waterworld got big and whatnot. So they had this much smaller one at Elitch's, which is cool. I go to Elitch's because they have arcades too. And I just like to chill by the pool. I don't really like to go do the whole rides thing at all. Like, it's not my
Yeah,
thing. I'm too
I
old for
don't
that
blame
shit.
you. And
Yeah, I got back issues and all sorts of stuff. I don't care. But like,
really,
since
we
they have a
have
third
joint and back issues.
but they have a third one now, and this new one's basically like, yeah, we've kind of like got a new ride system where it's much quicker for people to get on and off the rides. So that I'm gonna go check it out this summer, when the weather's better, because
Well, that's one
fuck
of the
yeah.
reasons why I like one of the theme parks, indoor water parks, is it's very handicap friendly. So like the steps into like some of the hot tubs and shit are actually just really well sloped ramps, or they're really wide but shallow steps.
The
So
fucking ones that
nice
you have to use. I hate the ones that you have to use like rails or something like that. It's
to
they
get in and
think
out of. Yes, it's miserable to get in and out of
it's
those.
miserable. They think it's easy, and it's one of the most difficult
The
things you can
kids
do.
hate it. Those of us that with beaten up, broken bodies hate it.
It's really difficult, and it actually kind of congests the traffic in and out of the fucking area, because now everyone's got to use it. If you just make a smooth incline, it makes it so much easier. Yeah, you need more space to do something like that, but it's so much easier on
Well,
people.
and the fun part is, here in the States, we got space to spare, baby.
Yeah.
We may
So
as well make use of it.
yeah. So it's like,
We have
yeah,
an
I just
overcrowding issue, yet we have so much open space that's not even protected type space. It's like, why aren't we using this shit?
not for real.
We should have
So
a whole other Western, movement of people who are like, hey, let's still spread out and have more space. There's a reason why people fucking like having the huge big 5-acre lots. It's because you got a shit ton of space.
yeah, one of the things that's motivating me to get successful with my retail and e-commerce shit, and just the always driving force at the back of my head is, if I actually succeed, I may be able to afford to buy a house, like, not just a house in the city, a house out somewhere like that where I can actually have a lot of space to do shit, like have ATVs or whatever the fuck I want to do, right? Maybe I can have that fucking that snowmobile I've always wanted, fucking. Because if I live out in the middle of nowhere in Colorado or something like that, right, I'll probably need it. I'm just saying, right? It's a large motivator. I know it sounds like, oh my god, you have to basically build a whole business to own a house. I'm like, yeah, but the type of house I want to own requires a lot of space. It doesn't, like, the actual house itself requires space. All the stuff I want to do, like growing my own food, would be
Oh yes,
like
having a nice garden for me and my
having a nice
case,
garden.
having a nice workshop. I want to be by
Hmm.
a lake.
Yeah,
I want a
see,
nice big patio so we can have like bonfires and shit.
I would love to have a
Cook
fire pit.
outside with a really nice grill and shit.
Yeah, like
I
yeah, basically.
I like doing concrete work so I can make my own fucking fantastic outdoor cooking area.
I know a lot of people who do
And
contracting
if you're
work, so
really
yeah.
smart, you could do water heated concrete so you can melt the snow very easily, and then you could use it year round.
Yeah, basically like do like the floors of the Roman baths. I fucking love that shit.
I'm sorry, but heated floors in places to help lower the cost of keeping the place comfortable, while also making it more friendly year round in places up north here where it's fucking frigid half the year. It's
Yeah,
kind of nice.
if you can have a cover over it for when it for like when it gets heavy snow, and you can basically just not, you can be out there fucking in the snow with it heated with your beer grilling.
That's one of my favorite things about some of the like the outdoor hot
Best.
tubs at the water parks is it's
Fucking best.
like when Miranda and I went out to the Dells for a weekend together. We go to the outdoor hot tub. There's literally an entrance in the building. You can go in to a bar that's part of the hot tub. Like you swim up to the bar with little seats. And you
Sexy.
go back
I love
out the
that.
building
That's so good.
and you can just be outside in the cool air in the hot tub without having to deal with snow and shit. But you get that perfect cool but cozy warm, and it's just
They have a hot tub, or like
literally
I think it's a
gives you
hot
an
tub or a
orgasm
pool.
thinking about it. It's so damn good.
They have a hot tub or a pool up in Westminster. I can't remember which one it was, but it's basically split in the middle where half of it's outside and half of it's outside, and you can basically go under the window by swimming through it. So basically, you can just like if you want to be indoors and warm up, you can just go underneath the window and just fucking like there you go. And when you want to go back outside when it's cooler, you go out there, right? It's fucking great. I love that concept. It's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And people
And
don't
so
realize just how fucking amazing some of this shit is.
yeah,
I'm
like
excited to help my best friend's fiance do something kind of fun with some similar type shit for their house, because it's like, you know what? We're gonna fucking spruce this place up and make it really kind of a home away from home, because they're on the road so much with work, they're barely at home as it is. Let's make it a little heaven on earth for us.
This
Plus,
is exactly
I basically
why
have my own bedroom there anyways. So why not?
This is exactly why I want to work from home doing consulting stuff if I can. Not all the time, but as much as I can, because it's exhausting. It's not productive to have
that's
to
the reason
go.
why I don't want to leave the
between.
state, because if she has kids and shit, I want to be around and take care for them, be up there all the time. They're only 45 minutes away.
Yeah, see, that's I told you about my best friend moving closer to me, and that wants me.
Wouldn't it be great?
Make me keep. Oh God, yeah, I'm so excited for that. Like, I don't know how comfortable she is with being on camera, but I would love to be able to record stuff with her. But otherwise, I just want to see her.
Like I've had Miranda
oh.
on my stream before. Yeah, she's not gonna want to be on cam, but her gaming with me and neither of us being on cam and just having fun shit. Chat loves that shit. Because literally, you won't find a better team than her and me together. It's a simple reality. The math fucking proves it.
Oh my word. Sorry, I'm sore. Still very, very sore. All those Bulgarian split squats I was doing. Because well, here's the thing, right? I did like a whole bunch of them, and then I usually only do 3 sets at the most because I'm usually too busy in the morning. So I gotta go do other shit when I work out. I gotta shower and whatnot. But this time I was like, no, I got a little bit extra time. I'm gonna go do an extra 4th set, and I powered through with not just doing the same number of reps that I did for the previous sets. I pushed through with even more reps. So I did an extra set, and I did even more reps. Bulgarian split squats are not easy to do. You would require a lot of strength and balance to do them, and I'm working on my form. I can do them really well. So the fact that I powered through those last like 5 of them, like those are the hardest ones. They suck so hard. I was like, yay.
I never realized this entire bottle of sake was 12.5% alcohol.
Oh, dude, you're gonna be fucking wasted later. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be awesome.
You're gonna piss the bed, bitch. I love it.
I have never done that in my life.
Okay, sure you haven't.
Okay, I take it back. Not since I was like an infant wearing diapers, in a crib and shit. But
there's always time, right? Because basically life is a bell curve. You start in diapers, you end in diapers, right? Like fucking.
I don't want to think of that, please.
Nope, sorry. That's a circle of life. Fucking Mufasa and shit, dude.
No.
If Scar didn't kill him, right, Mufasa was gonna have to fucking go retire with Alzheimer's disease and have to go die getting molested by nurses in the old lion's home, bro. Like for real. Circle of life. Stream's over. Alright. See, Mufasa was cut down in his prime, right, by his bro. And he wasn't hustling hard enough. You gotta hustle. I'm just telling you, man. Oh.
And this chat is the reason why we can't have nice things.
Because you decided to have me as a co-host. That's your fault, all right? I'm just explaining, right, how Scar, right, was he had a hustle killing his brother, and it was very successful up until the point where he died, right?
Just saying, chat. This is the reason why we can't have nice things. It's because of a certain hoe that's sitting right over there on a bed.
Hey, I'm not a hoe. Hoes get laid, all right?
Oh, right. I'm projecting. I'm the one that's actually getting laid.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm flirtatious, but I don't get laid. That's the problem.
No, things have been going well, Mothra. You've been missing out on a lot of good goofiness.
She's been busy building up her streaming platform, so she's like kicking out. She could probably explain to us some shit. We should have Mothra on. How about that? One of these days, we should have
Yeah.
Mothra on.
We always
I love Mothra.
want good guest hosts.
Oh, you better not, bitch. That's why I'm on it. That's why I end up.
Let's. Oh my God, Frozen's gonna be the type where when she goes senile and I go and I visit her ass, we'll just become friends all over again. But she'll have completely forgotten about me. It'll be great.
Every day, because I have Alzheimer's disease, I forget who you are. It's like, oh, I like her. She's good. Talks a lot of shit. Wow, you have a picture with me in it? That's fucking weird. I have the same picture. Huh?
You know, because it never would happen. Oh.
Well,
We talk a lot of shit around here, but you know what?
Fuck.
It's all damn fucking true.
Arthur, you gonna say I'm gonna get fucking molested by lions, like the nurse lions up in the fucking trans home with Mufasa? This is a fucking grim future. I don't like where this dystopia is going.
I'm kind of liking this. We should write a story about this.
Oh my god.
We'll make it Frozen, make a whole channel. We'll just like slowly write a story.
Christ.
We'll
it's gonna be like
on fucking Amazon.com and.
Oh my god. Fucking dying.
Oh, you love it and you know it.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Oh, I love these arm warmers. They're because my arms were getting too warm, so I can always use them as gloves too, because they have the little hole thing in the side. Plus, they have they make me look like I'm fucking in Duelist Kingdom, because they got that whole like cuff thing, so I can put my star chips on there. Hey, no, I don't pee on people. You're spreading rumors about me, dude? What the fuck is that?
I'm not talking about you being R. Kelly.
No, fucking Mothra is though. You see that? She's fucking. Oh yeah, definitely spit on him. Oh, I'm the.
Okay, one, she's gonna be post-op, so she's not. That's gonna be a lot harder for her to whiz on the nurses. But now I'm gonna want to see that happen because that's gonna take some skill.
I could get the Shiwi and just fucking like get like a pump for it. Get like fucking hydraulics and shit, dude. Yeah.
Get a pump attached where you have your oxygen tank. You just push a button.
I can operate it
by
blinking
right from
like
the
Stephen
catheter
Hawking.
out the pump and wee.
Yeah.
Hey, that's some good distance. Hey, let's make my name out in the snow. What was it? Cunt? There we go.
That sounds about right, actually.
Because you won't remember your actual name.
Oh, no, I barely do now. Sometimes I'll space on basic information just because that's how memory works. It's like, oh yeah, that's right, I have a birthday. I forgot I was born. Like, it's fucking weird. Ugh. Whatever, anyway, going about my day.
Celebrating my own birthday anyways.
I usually take my birthday off because it's the one holiday I celebrate because it's Jabulation. Yep, get fucked. I named my birthday a special holiday that only I get off.
In here. Are you gonna? Can you be automatically refilling one? Nope, I'm not that lucky. God damn it.
Dark stuff. Yeah,
Look
you
at
have
that.
to talk
Focusing on the YouTube content more, almost like exactly what we were talking about earlier.
Almost like Mothra's gonna be a fucking
almost
famous
like we
YouTuber.
were like knew what we were talking about. Holy shit, we're smart. When did that happen?
And Mothra, remember us when you're famous after you're done with your dark stuff, okay? Like, you know, you got this, all right.
Once again, I proved that I'm not completely dumb. There's a first. Who knew that was possible? Bree showing she has brains and knows her shit. Even though she doesn't actually bother to make much of an effort to grow their brain because it's like,
we don't do it for yeah, we don't do this for monetization. I'm not all savvy about the whole like monetization and shit like that because I don't care, right? When I care, then I will invest the effort into learning more shit. But this is helpful for me. This is helpful for me because I'm, not experienced in this stuff. But there's people who just don't know about this stuff. There's like they advertise this stuff on Skillshare. It's one of the things the sponsors pay for.
I will happily talk about this shit and give people all the data in the fucking world for free of the shit that I know because guess what? It's worth it.
Sure. I mean, I'm teaching my friend.
And who better than someone who's gone through this shit multiple times under multiple brands, multiple companies and shit than people like me or Devin Nash or others that fucking do this shit for a living. Like, there's a reason I work at a company that's brokerage / marketing company. He owns his own marketing company. It's because we deal this shit on a daily basis. We just tend not to do as much of it for our own shit as we do for our customers. Because guess what? Making money's life. Sometimes.
Yeah,
we
time is money,
spend
as they
all of
say.
our time in our business shit and we don't have time to do it for our own shit. But that's fine.
That's fine, because we learn skills along the way that will help us build our own brands better when we invest the time in it.
Yep. Like, there's a reason why I'm known amongst enough communities where it's like, yes, I have the popularity. People know I know this shit. But none of them care that I'm a small fry compared to the other ones. In some ways, it's a benefit because then I don't have that extra baggage.
Through Kiki's death, no.
It's like, oh,
The
great.
kitty.
I don't have to
Oh,
worry
no.
about, causing drama
Kitty the bites.
that can come to my brand and cause problems because it's like, yeah, no, it's fantastic that way.
Yeah.
Less drama, less stress is a beautiful thing in this world.
It helps you live longer, apparently. Like, fucking, if
really?
you stress
So does
less.
whacking it. So, isn't that
Yeah,
the
it does.
joke? You gain X amount of extra life every time, and so you're immortal?
There's that one meme of the dude who like lives until the year 4000 because he's like he keeps gaining like 8 minutes every time he jerks off.
It's still funny, but it's like, yeah.
True. I feel good. It's been like a nice week, right? Other than that horrible shit that happened this week, I'm finally recovering. Other than the fact that it looks like ET outside my fucking my house right now.
ET from home.
Yeah, you know, like the end of ET where they held the plastic up and shit, and ET's like fucked because like I guess he did mescaline in the bathroom or something. You know, whatever the fuck ET was up to. We don't talk about what ET does, right? But yeah, fucking it looks like that outside because of the whole construction and shit they've decided to do today. When I finally decided to start getting really fucking angry about it, as you do. So I'm hoping I don't have to go get a lawyer for this shit because it would be really fucked. But I'm gonna definitely keep asking more questions.
It would definitely be a point of frustration that you wouldn't want to deal with, preferably.
No, it's actually worth talking to a lawyer anyway, just in case this decides to not go. Basically, it goes further downhill. Because if they're putting this effort in and it still isn't fixed right, then you're like, then I got big problems. And then it's like, then you need to go start talking to people, like, big people who know what the fuck they're doing. But hopefully it isn't that. Hopefully it is not
Hopefully
that.
they just get it fixed and done, and then you have fucking hot water.
It's literally been months, and this February has been one of the worst months of that. Not the worst one, but this one's been the coldest.
I'm just surprised he let it get to this point. He didn't fucking pull the trigger already on a lawyer a long time ago.
No, I've been trying to build up enough evidence to have a case against them. That's the problem. Because the problem with this is access to the facilities to get the evidence, because they control 100% of the access. So I can only do it when it's open, which is almost never. So getting them to listen and all this shit has been a fucking nightmare because they don't want to put the effort into investigating the things I tell them. Even when I send them the evidence of this shit happening. So now I finally have lawyered up, right? They seem to have taken it seriously. Now I'm not fucking around. But yeah, it just took that long to build a case because I know how litigation works. If you go there and just say, oh, this thing's happening, and you don't have any proof of shit, no one's going to listen to you.
I'm still never going to get the money owed to me from the one lawsuit. Like,
yeah.
It's been how long now, and I still haven't seen a penny?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. Oh, we could garner his wages and whatnot. It's like, what wages? He's not even working.
Exactly. Scumbags find a way out of that shit, right?
Yeah, we're gonna garner 0 cents from him because he's making 0 cents. And does this help me? No, but we could do it. Who the fuck cares? I can do all sorts of shit. I could blow myself up. Is that gonna help? No.
No.
Well, in some people's eyes, it probably would help, but
yeah,
in this case, it doesn't help me. I could pay lots of money and bring him back to court and deal with all the paperwork and shit on that. Is that going to help me? Of course not.
That doesn't get you anywhere because now you're just wasting money.
I'm spending money to get nothing back. What's the point?
See, recognizing those opportunities, it's also recognizing the effort you put into wasted opportunities or wasted efforts for little payoff. You have to recognize those too. It's not just taking every opportunity; it's taking the opportunities that have the best payoff for you with the minimum. Well, not even the minimum amount of effort. The amount of effort you think is fair to invest in the thing that you're going to have to do. Because some efforts aren't equally beneficial. In the short term, maybe in the longer run they are. It's up to you to recognize that shit when you take opportunities. You can't just take everything that comes by. It spreads you too thin. Going back to my point from earlier.
Yeah, sadly, that's not always one that's gonna work.
Yeah, I mean,
Blarg.
these aren't. Yeah, no. The thing is, right? Rules are not meant to be broken, but you can bend them a little bit. But it's how much you bend them that makes you fucking like, and how often you do it that kind of.
Oh, and
Is
the
a
wonderful
deciding factor.
exceptions to the rules that exist at times too, where it's, I guess this may be a general rule of thumb, but there's always exceptions to the rule. Which
Yeah,
is literally exactly what stereotypes are, but for some reason now stereotypes are bad, even though more often than not they help society people. Makes zero fucking sense.
Like, check it out. I had to make a really shitty coding architecture decision when programming this function that I'm programming, right? And it functions just fine, but it does a lot of extra shit it doesn't need to do. And the reason it has to do it is because it was never planned out to do that from the first place, because the guy who originally designed it just didn't give a shit, right? So I kind of was left holding the bag on that. And development had already been completed on the full features. It was like something we have to shoehorn in afterwards. So I'm willing to accept that as a loss. I already showed it to my bosses; they accept it too, just because in the future they can fix it when they get the time to actually solution that properly. It's just that they don't have time for it.
Yeah, but shoehorning shit in just, oh my god, I hate that.
Thankfully, it's only one thing, but it is jank as fuck. And you can avoid that by having those conversations up front. This whole project I'm working on, kind of just I have to make a lot of assumptions, and that means I have to ask a lot of questions, and that means I go down rabbit holes, and that's terrible. And you can avoid all that shit just by having the conversations up front and having good discovery. Again, you're not going to find everything in discovery. You have to have room for flexibility because plans can be changed based upon real-time data. But you should have a plan that is fault tolerant, that is basically future-proofed a little bit to allow you room for growth in that plan. Or was it who said that all plans fail the second they engage the enemy? Or something like that.
Oh,
Was it Patton? I want to say it's...
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Nah, whatever. Mike Tyson simplifies it as everyone's a plan so they get a punch in the face. Basically, just same thing. Just your plan can work out, but like it has to be fault tolerant, you know. Like, you know, getting punched in the face by Mike Tyson. There would not be. That's not something you want to have to plan around.
I'm trying to think what other fun shit.
I plan to die if that happens.
What other cool shit's going on? Well, let's see. Amazon's being more successful with Lost Ark than they were with their own game that they actually developed themselves, aka New World, which is hilarious.
That's right.
The company can make more money as just the publisher and doing the marketing than actually making the product themselves. It's like, having an actual talented team do the work that knows what they're doing is a lot better. Shocking. Not really.
Oh. Well, we have to
it's still funny as hell, though.
We have to talk about Mass Effect Andromeda again.
Oh, God. Okay, so this is hilarious.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Regarding
this is good. EA is still getting so much crap over the new Battlefield. And what happened? They used the same engine that they've been using for Battlefield for a while now, that they also used for Mass Effect Andromeda, that everyone knew was janky and a pain in the ass to use and develop for. And it's like, why would you take an engine that's already old, basically make a new engine by Mod Podging shit together to get this to work, have a miserable experience and release it, knowing your customers are going to hate it, when you could have spent that year and a half just making a new engine from scratch?
So I want to kind of posit a new position, like a new technical position that really people don't think about, and that's the position of code architect. Like, basically, you know how we have infrastructure architects, right?
Yes.
Having code architects where they design the overall infrastructure of your code, so how every component basically talks to each other. we need a position like that at companies like where you work on projects, because what happens with these hodgepodge projects is that people just kind of work in their own little independent bullshit on their tickets, right? And they just kind of get their shit done, and really there's no deeper understanding that goes into the whole system. So when people have to like develop a game engine like that, you can't just be hodgepodging shit together because with a whole bunch of developers working on random crap. You really need to have that like one or the two people who really know what the fuck is going on to make sure that everything's being built in like, and so you can kind of gauge progress, right?
And Mothra makes a good point bringing up Bethesda here.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
what I'm
same
saying.
issue they fucking had with Fallout 76. They
Mhm.
Mod Podge shit together to do all the online shit, and it was miserable.
Netcode's not
And
hard.
how
it's just
long did it
fucking-
take for them to finally get the game in a position where it finally is okay enough that people will tolerate it, but it's too late because not enough people play it, so they're not going to make any money?
Yeah, like, all right.
It took how many years? Good grief.
Here's the thing about netcode. Netcode's not hard. It's all the idiosyncratic shit that goes into netcode. That's what, and not just anyone can program that crap. Like, I'm fucking terrible at it, and I know enough about it to be dangerous, but I wouldn't fucking say, oh, I know how to program like fucking really efficient netcode. Fuck no. Because it's just there's so much like, specific knowledge you need to know to make that efficient, and because like the whole network latency thing and whatnot, that perceivable latency that you can have with online code, and every single little bit matters.
Well,
And people
there's
don't
a
think about that
reason
when
why
they're
back in the day
doing the thing.
developers would always make a new engine for the next game. It's because it was just more cost effective for them to do that. And yes, we're trying to avoid some of that issue, but at the same time, you see how quickly hardware's still changing. You gotta sometimes look to the past to understand why they did shit, and sometimes follow some of those old school methods because guess what? It still works.
Yeah, well, you know me, I still program the same way that people programmed back in the 80s, just because it was more efficient in my belief. Because of the whole thing, like the cognitive overload of programming, I don't have to second guess variables as I'm going through, because I know what those variables do because they have prefixes.
Well, there's a reason why a lot of these older devs that stay in the industry and don't pull shit, like some of them where they make their money, they make their millions, then they leave, they do their other shit, and they come back and they fail to make something decent again. It's because you lost touch with reality.
We're talking about Tim.
If you
We're talking
stay
about
in the industry and you keep up on what's going on and you make a nice balance between old school shit and new changes and things that have adjusted in the industry, you get some badass fucking shit going on.
Okay,
it's
so
fantastic.
I just want to
And
be
then we
clear,
get Todd
right?
Howard. Todd Howard can fucking suck it.
Well, here's the thing. I just want to be clear, right? Are we talking about fucking Star Citizen, or are we talking about fucking Tim Schafer, or just neither one of those that just happen to be
Both
very
of them are
coincidental?
dickheads that fucking screwed up too much.
That basically are the exact archetype you just described, but sure.
Yeah.
Hey, what's my Oh, I don't have it. Oh, I'm out of hand sanitizer.
But yes, they both are literally of that archetype, which is kind of
I was
fucking
just saying.
hilarious.
I was like, were you just describing them, or did you just happen to coincidentally find your way into it? Because like,
No, it was a coincidence that we thought of them, but
no, it's not for me. Because the second you started talking about fucking being out of touch with reality, I was like, oh, that's Tim Schafer.
I wasn't
Or like
thinking.
fucking
I was thinking of some other old school ones that have tried to
Molyneux.
come back and screwed up. Molyneux's one of them.
Oh my god,
Richard
fucking Molyneux.
Garriott. But yeah, Chris
Molyneux
Roberts is
basically
another example. Molyneux's good at marketing and talking good, but he never understood scope.
No, he doesn't understand much about anything other than the whole marketing aspect. He's a hype man, 100%, right? Like fucking like if I ever need someone to back me up and just talk,
He has good ideas at times.
At times, yeah.
But unfortunately, you have to always reel him back in. It's like Richard Garriott. Great hype person, great design concept person. I'm a great design concept person too, but don't put me in charge of the implementation and shit. I will give you the ideas, the concepts, but I require people who are talented to make that shit happen and to tell me, hey, this is the time frame that's reasonable for it, or hey, this is a better way of doing it to make it actually work and be efficient with what these other goals are that you have.
That's about the whole code architecture thing. Having people who know what the fuck is going on to help it basically be implemented, they can do those things where you use things from other things and basically develop code in parallel because you need it for multiple pieces of the code. Google does this shit. They actually develop all their projects in parallel, and all of their libraries are basically public to all of the other teams. So they have basically people who just coordinate, just figuring out in the library what they can use from other people's shit, so they don't develop it twice.
Yep, and that's the reason why the people I work with and I contract with and shit, we work so well together. It's because we have that perfect balance of me with my out of the box thinking and creativity, but their honesty and skills coming back always. The part is, I'm not stupid enough to stop doing this shit. I'm always constantly involved.
Yeah, I know that feel. The game sometimes plays you to right. Very...
Yeah, unfortunately, it means also a lot of lack of time. Like with work shit, I've come up with some brilliant fucking ideas. Like I'm still trying to convince one manufacturer what they want to do is a bad idea. We should do something more along the lines of what this other company does, but they don't want to do that, despite the fact it would be better price point for consumers, which with rising food costs would already be a benefit. But at the same time, it'd be a much more attractive looking product than a fucking tin can.
Yeah, tin cans are old news. Like the novelty.
And the fucking tin can is ugly looking packaging and shit. It's so fucking. Everyone who looks at it's gonna be like, that's it.
See, this is one of the things I'm investing in with So I have Charizard, right? You know, my buddy Charizard. Yeah, I have Charizard. I basically I'm getting his ass in gear. I was like, bro, you need to learn actual 3D modeling and shit, dude, because I need you to be my 3D modeling marketing dude. And I'm like, he's like, what the fuck do you need me to do for you then? I was like, I need you to develop 3D models for packaging, so I don't invest time in building actual 3D packaging because we can get all our ideas out in 3D models instead because that's cheaper. Because we can edit a 3D model to our liking as much as we want, right? Versus a package, like, or something we have to build, like stickers or something like that. We have to actually build a physical thing, and that costs a lot of money. But a 3D model of it, if we like the look of it, then build an actual real version, saves you a lot of time. So getting his ass in gear, doing the whole marketing thing, right? By being smart about it and learning new skills. Taking skills you already know and fucking reinvesting in them.
It's the thing.
Oh yeah, fucking VR chat without fucking Ugandan knuckles. Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. If you Mothra, you should check out this channel. I'm gonna give him a shout out because he's like my favorite dude right now. His name is Cody Johnston. He does the Some More News channel on YouTube. One of his latest videos was actually talking about exactly what you're talking about, and he fucking is just really good about talking about subjects like that. Like he's a communist fucking like piece of shit, but like on the other hand, he's really funny, and I want to kind of suck his dick anyway. So you know.
He's a good looking. The real truth fucking comes out.
He's a good looking dude, all right. Like he really is. But I think he's married, so you know, call me. I'll be the side piece. I don't care.
Oh.
But no, he did a whole video on the metaverse and basically just said, yeah, they reinvented like Second Life. It's a really good video. I highly.
That's
highly
funny too. Reinventing Second Life.
It is basically Second Life because they're like, because they're like, you can sell assets in the metaverse, and fucking just like, yeah, you're like a Second Life in The Sims, bro.
Well, it's like the people who are like, we should use NFT shit for some of this stuff. It's like, okay, let's look and see what actually is important. Okay, do you need an NFT method for this, or can you just do it in a typical normal trading and other type method?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta look at what's more efficient and the right method for the practice. You can't just, hey, this is hype, let's just do it this way. No.
Facebook's trying to do it because of work-related shit. Because they don't understand how people work, because it's Mark Zuckerberg we're talking about. Who doesn't understand? He doesn't understand people because he's a fucking reptoid, right? Or like a reptoid android or whatever the fuck he is. He's definitely not. He's definitely not a fully bona fide human. There's something going on, right? But like, if you watch the metaverse thing, right, it doesn't like correspond to how people actually like want to work. A lot of people want to work, just be quiet and just kind of do their own thing. Like a lot of people are like that. Some people are very highly social. But a lot of introverts are not. Making introverts be in a virtual space doesn't solve the problem of them being introverts. It's not a problem. It's just a personality type.
I just will never understand introverts. They're all a bunch of fucking weirdos.
Yeah, I like my peace and quiet and being
a hermit. I like peace and quiet too, but I also need socializing and getting out of the house and doing shit. And
I am finding this out too, right? I actually told my friends, I'm like, we need to go out to do some shit because of the whole pandemic and stuff, you know.
Like introverts, that's great, but there's a point where it's unhealthy.
Yes.
And
Excuse me.
some introverts just don't understand it. Now, with some extroverts, they don't understand that you can't constantly be socializing. You need downtime to also recharge the other parts of you that aren't necessarily getting rest when you're being an extrovert. It's just
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah, like having an always on system to make you social no matter what personality type you have, where that's just stupid. And it tracks like your eyes and shit like that as well. That's not good. Fuck
Yes, it's
that.
all balance and shit. Gotta be
Yeah, no, fuck.
smart about this crap.
Yeah, no, it would be cool if I could do Scrum in the morning by putting on my fucking, my, because they have these fucking this cool concept that I like. It's basically the Google Glass, but it's for regular glasses, and it is basically just fucking the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, the fucking the gazes they got going on, or like the Mega Man Star Force shit they have going on, right? Where they have like the VR headset shit they do. Where it's just a part of your like regular face wear, so it's not stupid as shit, right? Like Google Glass was stupid as shit because you had to wear this ridiculous looking fucking Duke Nukem style
I will
shit,
never
right?
understand why that ever became a thing.
Versus like a moddable thing that you can just integrate with your regular clothes. That's more fucking like appealing because people like to mod shit. Imagine you could have custom buttons that basically were like mini tech, right? That's what we're talking about, where you just have them sewn on and you have to think about it, right? Like,
Honestly, what Google Glass should have done is something I think is very simple.
mm,
Instead of having like the ability to take pictures, record video and whatnot, just have it be like an augmented reality type thing.
yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about with the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal fucking
Just
augmented reality glass shit I
because
saw.
you're accepting people's right to privacy, even if going further than that and actually respecting it in public when there is no expectation of privacy. But at the exact same time, though, you're providing a service and a product and something that's actually going to be actually helpful for people.
Yeah, I got the pleasure of using one of those fucking like one of those really advanced HUDs they have nowadays. Like it's basically the commercial grade ones that they got for like fucking really
I want to see
expensive
some of that
shit.
shit coming into cars,
Oh yeah, no,
especially
I
for people who have like difficult time with sight
yeah,
that
no,
still are trying to drive but aren't technically impaired enough to not be able to drive, but at the same time, we need something to fucking help them not kill
it's
people.
it's great. Like basically, because of just the sheer amount of shit I had to pay attention to, having the HUD really simplified the act of doing the thing I was doing, which was the flight
And there
training.
are some vehicles where like the dashboard is miserable to use, where you
Hmm.
can't decently see things like what your speed is and other shit.
Yeah, basically the whole point, like basically with when they with the virtual HUD, right, with and all the holographic shit they had on it, you had every vital piece of information and your guide. Basically, you had your GPS integrated basically with like your screen or whatever, right, combined with your speed and all that bullshit, right, and you didn't have to look down or away. You're looking at where you're going, and so it's more safe, right? Because you're actually paying attention to the thing you're doing. You're not over fucking here fucking around with the Bluetooth connections on your bullshit, right? Like you can tell if your fucking indicators are on or off, right? And things like that. So and it's these things aren't exactly like super duper cheap, right? But they are getting cheaper, so they will be in cars and other types of vehicles very soon. If they're already in things like planes and whatnot, that's bound to happen because there's just nothing but
We've
benefit from.
already had some pretty clever ways of doing like mock holograms with projecting onto like glass and acrylic
Yeah,
and shit. Even if you just put a little thing in the dashboard, just a little bit up from where you have the vents for the fans for defrost and shit, you could do some pretty nice shit in cars.
oh yeah, like yeah, basically use those like those crystals to fucking project. Like you make a little mini model of what you want to project, and it basically projects the whole fucking thing up.
Yep.
Yeah, love it. I fucking love those shits.
It's simple. If something breaks, it's easy to fix.
Because literally, it's just a little tiny, basically collection of crystals, and then it's like a little rubber mat of like fucking like
Yeah.
rubber crystal, and just shump, and then you just
Let's
chuck it away.
just simplify things with the point where engineering, mechanically, and all this stuff, it's easy to maintain, easy to all that shit fix. You name it, people can understand it. It's not complicated, but it works, and it's simplistic in its execution. So you're not going to sit there and bitch and moan about things not working right.
Yeah, No, people. I hear a lot of complaints actually about people complaining about their cars not working right with all these advanced features and shit, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't work properly. Like none of it fucking does. Well, not none of it, but like fucking, like just when they're having problems, it just seems like everything else just goes wrong. My mom has this really advanced like fucking car computer, and fucking she had like an accident, and it just won't stop fucking around now. It has these weird issues, and like the car company's like, we don't give a shit. Like your problem.
Yeah, and it's like, well, let's just keep it simple. The KISS
Yeah,
method is a beautiful system
I love the KISS method.
because
It
it
is highly
works so
underrated.
flawlessly.
Like when I was trying to sell my current bosses on that technology that I use that is very hard to understand that everyone is afraid of, right? The one that type of programming that I do that everyone's fucking shit scared of, but it's really not that hard. Once me selling it on them, when I say I use the KISS principle, I showed them exactly how I use it in the code base. They actually were on board with what I was doing because they could understand the thing that they were afraid of, and then therefore they were no longer afraid because it wasn't like they were ignorant anymore.
Yep.
They were afraid that I was going to do this thing and make it a massive clusterfuck like everyone else does. Then I proved to them through the KISS example, the KISS and the dry principle, both of those things, that I knew what the fuck I was doing, and they were actually really, really happy. So I do all my programming with that shit now, because
Yeah.
and they love it
Well,
because
that's one of
they
the
are more
reasons
confident with
why I
it.
like certain things. Like I've seen some designs people have done for like HUDs and cars. I'm like, okay, one, this is too complicated. Two, this is too flashy and stuff. You're going to cause issues for people when they're driving, especially dark at conditions, late at night. This is not going to be good. You're going to have vision issues, and you have all these other things. It's like just pull back, keep it simple. Do something we control the dimness well, like that method with the projecting with the crystals and everything. It's so simple. Just stop it.
Eh, yeah, it basically works the
Fancy
same.
does not always mean it's better.
Yeah, it basically works the same way as fucking like the like games consoles when they have the lights on them. It's just an LED with a crystal in front of it, and it projects a tiny little light through a massive crystal, and it basically lights all that shit up.
Yeah.
Because it's
Well,
same. It's
I look at
basically
it this way: on the
great. I love
farm,
it.
one of the oldest tools. This is a tool that goes back to the fucking Middle Ages and earlier in dealing with cattle. It's just a nippers.
It will.
Simple nippers that any blacksmith worth
Oof.
it was even a shitty blacksmith could make one to just trim the fucking hooves on cattle, whether it was cows, horses, you name it. And you know what? We still use it nowadays because sometimes that's just the easier and better way. Just like we still use a knife sometimes to trim hooves. And it's like, yeah, the old school methods still are better than fucking trying to, hey, let's have a complicated system of grinding wheels and shit like that. It's like, no,
Al, I was just having a talk
it's
yesterday
not fucking worth it.
I was having a talk yesterday some about how like I do my own milling of flour and shit because of course I do because I'm a weirdo. But it's the only way to get certain types of flour to make like custom cookies and stuff like that, right? So one of the things I was talking about is setting up a very simple like stone ground mill, like the old school medieval fucking like even before that like the Roman style shit, and just have it basically set up so it's kind of just self-contained, and all I have to do is put grain in it, and then I just go back and get my
Well, there's a reason I have a stone pestle for making pigment powders.
yeah. I
It's
have one for
easier
my
to
spices.
fucking use that sometimes than to try to get a metal grinder to get the right perfect consistency and shit. Where it's like, I
Yeah.
can sit here and I can watch a couple episodes of anime, sit there and grind the shit, and then go back and do work.
Yeah, basically all I have to do with like things like caraway seeds and celery seeds and things like that whenever I make soups, when I want to grind the thing into powder and they have the seed husk, is I'll grind the shit out of them and then basically just with this pestle and mortar and just run them through a fine mesh, and it will catch all those seed husks, and I just get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
Or do whatever I do with them, compost them or whatever. But like yeah, those pestle and mortar is awesome. So having kind of an automated setup where I basically just use wind power to kind of little tiny windmill, and all it does is just a scale model of a fucking grinder, and I just put tiny bits of grain in it, and I just end up with massive amounts of grain over time. That's all I have to do. I can set up basically like some Minecraft contraption, like
That's one of the reasons I like modded Minecraft. It's one of the reasons why I like the game Satisfactories. You literally just you automate shit to do things in a very simple way But then those simple methods allow you to do more complicated shit in an efficient but timely manner.
Yeah, see, I
Because
love shit like
you're
that.
not creating an overcomplicated system. It's like, no. Once you start to overcomplicate it, it slows down, and then suddenly you lose all the efficiency in the world.
Yeah, there's a guy called Uncle Bob, Robert C. Martin, I believe his name is. He is a programming dude. He came up with a whole bunch of acronyms in the early 2000s because he's that dude, right? So he writes all these books that I read. His books, he's fucking got good writing. And one of the things he talks about is the doing things wrong versus doing them right the first time. And he's like, it's your job as an engineer to do it right the first time and tell your boss to fuck off, because it costs more money in the longer run, even in the short term, to not do it right the first time, because you have to keep stapling on code to fix something that was broken from the get-go.
Well, that's
And the
one of the reasons
justification
why I'm
is,
so careful with resin casting. It's like, if I'm going to do
mm,
this right, yes, I will do my experiments, but I will use the cheap resin for that shit. And I will use the good resin to do things right the first time, even if I don't do experiments and tests first, because that stuff shit's expensive. I'm not going
yeah,
to sit there and waste 4 days and an extra, say, $30 if I don't need to. That $30 is a great bottle of scotch. I'd rather have that.
oh god, I miss scotch. I haven't
Just
I haven't had a drink
saying,
in a very long
it's
time.
fucking true. I got a nice bottle right here. I ain't giving that shit up.
Yeah, I actually I had some really good vodka a couple of weeks ago with my friend Melissa. I told you about. We went out for breakfast. Like,
Woohoo!
I gotta hit her up. She's in town now. She actually lives here in Denver as well.
Yay!
Oh, I think she does, or she's trying to move here, some shit like that. It's weird.
Nah,
She's
I'm
yeah.
happy not moving. Like, okay, I got
I'm have to do it
one
once,
friend
at
out
least once
east.
more.
I still haven't visited her. I got Miranda when she is in the area. It's just 45 minutes away. Lindsay's only what 8 to 9 hours away down in Tennessee. It's not that bad. If Taina ever moves back to Kansas, Kansas isn't that far. It's the same drive. Just spend one day, go down, boom, easy. Everyone's
Okay.
basically in the Midwest or out east. I don't have to deal with California or Florida
Ugh, Florida, California, the two worst places on earth, dude.
or even worse, Oregon or Washington.
Okay, no, never mind. I take that back. there are worse places. Never mind.
I'm really fucking glad. Like, everything's in the part of the country with the least crazy and stupid people.
And then you have me over here on the kind of west, right? Where like we're just like,
You're
yeah,
in
how's
the
it going?
mountainous region where it's kind of iffy, but
We got all those like tech bro fucking mustache dipshits, right? But then we also have like those crazy mountain bitches as well. So it's a really weird place to be.
like, I haven't quite figured out if it's, good or bad, but we're just gonna kind of embrace it and see what happens.
Oh, I'm fucking checking out of that shit. You kidding me? Like, well, I'm not even gonna talk about it on stream because it's kind of rude. But like, yeah, God,
I'd feel
like,
bad, but it's self-imposed, so you can just,
oh, I'm fixing it. That's the thing. Like I don't like the tech culture basically out here. The tech culture is kind of like a hybrid of other various cultures, and there's a lot of good things about it, but there's some really, really shitty things about it, and it sucks, and I hate it, and I'm so
Yeah,
tired
you
of
can
it.
suffer with it all you want.
Yeah, because we don't have the Silicon Valley. We have the fucking like dipshit valley of everyone who has basically we get all the runoff
You have the
like
horseshit valley because Colorado, Wyoming, with all the
yeah
western shit,
yeah
rodeos
yeah.
and all that.
We get all the runoff from the tech bros who couldn't get VC out in fucking California, so they come out here with all the rich fucking dipshits from Boulder, right? That's how we did.
Oh
That's how it deals. All
God,
right, there we
Boulder
go.
was miserable. I do not want to go back there.
See, all right, there we go. I'm just gonna spill the tea now, right?
Can
There you go. That's how
confirm.
it goes.
Can
That
fucking confirm.
can confirm, right? It's like I'm talking
Wyoming
bullshit.
was the
This is
worst because I was
provably.
pre-transition at the time, of course,
Oh
because
my
I was high
god.
school, and like half the restrooms at all the rest stops they had no fucking doors on the stalls, or even sometimes no door for the actual bathroom itself.
Yeah, one of these days, Wyoming's gonna have to invest a lot of money to catch up to the 1990s. All right, like.
It's like, okay, we want to have privacy, but you're not allowed that because
Yeah, I fucking hate going to Wyoming, dude. Like I used to live in Wyoming, so
fuck
I
that shit.
I know that feel. No, it's horrible. I understand why a lot of celebrities own property out there because there's fuck all like people out there. I get that. There's
Oh yes, the
because it's Wyoming.
privacy's great in some parts of it.
Yeah, I can
Love
understand
it
why
to
like.
death. Beautiful nature.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, just no.
Yeah, like without the bullshit. Like did some really nice this really nice stuff. We used to go to we would drive out of the city and go do a whole bunch of just random shit in the middle of nowhere. One time we because you can have fireworks in Wyoming, you can't have it in Colorado.
Yes.
When I was living there, we went and fucking had like a massive fucking fireworks thing.
That's one of the
For,
things
like,
I love
4th of
about
July.
Wisconsin is it's like Wyoming. We can have fireworks, we can do shit, you can do drunk fireworks, and it's nobody gives a shit. Just don't start any fires or get hurt.
I think it was the second year I was here. I think no, maybe it was the first year I was here when I made a whole bunch of friends right out in Wyoming. But some of the best times of my life. We had a fucking Roman candle fight. At fucking in the middle of a fucking.
Anyone who has been able to do fireworks had one of those in their life. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I never got
We're
to
all
do
stupid.
that before.
Just fuck doing
Like,
it, but it's fun.
So yeah, I just turned 20 years old, right? I never had a Roman candle fight before, and every one of my friends was like a frat boy or in college or some shit like that. I'm just getting my shit together, and they're teaching me about all this American culture shit. So that was one of the things that I learned. One of the very first things I did was fucking have a Roman candle fight with my friends, and I'll never forget
I'm
it.
so fucking proud.
It was so fucking great though, because we were underage drinking out in the middle of a fucking field in the middle of goddamn nowhere in Wyoming, right? With fuck all people around, off the fucking like God knows where, right? Fucking skinwalkers and wendigoons and shit out there fucking us up, right? But I think they just would have thrown down if they would have just came over because we were throwing a pretty fucking hard party. We were shooting fireworks like for hours and hours, getting fucking tanked and smoking a shit ton of fucking ditchweed. That was and then having Roman candle fights and fucking getting fucked up. I'm surprised that no one got hurt. But on the other hand, fuck me, that was like oh gosh, everyone needs to have that moment in their life where they have fun like that because like otherwise your life is miserable. Like I fondly recognize that as one of the best times of my life because
Sometimes you have to do stupid shit. Have fun. That's all that matters.
yeah, I never got to enjoy my teenage years like that with my friends because my teenage years were incredibly stressful. So when I got to be a young adult and do that, I appreciate it a lot more, right? Because I was a little bit more mature, but still immature enough to do stupid shit.
But there's a reason why I like getting drunk and playing video games with friends. Yes, we can be immature and stupid, but at least we could still do that kind of shit, even at our age. It's not the same as the shit we did back in high school and college, but you know what? It's close enough. It's fun, relaxing. I'm just gonna fucking embrace that.
I still talk to some of those guys. Like I've been.
Like
I
we
still
need
talk.
that shit. Oh yeah, like when Mel was here, some of the shit we did when we were off work, hanging out together. It's like we're just gonna be a little bit childish, but you know what? It was so nice to have that. Like she and I have the exact same relationship we've always had. And the message she sent me after she got back home while I was gaming with friends, it was just one of the sweetest, best things I've gotten in years. And it's like, man, like, just all that stuff from the past just comes all flooding back. It's like, man. Almost makes you kind of wish, some things don't change in the world. But,
No, I don't want to go back and change. I don't want to go back and change things and make things better or worse because like I'm not. I don't think I have the cognitive ability to think about how many times I'd fuck that up. Like like just all the permutation. It's like that one episode of the fucking Star Trek Voyager where they had fucking Red Foreman fucking up time, calling Captain what's his face a fucking dumbass.
They call himself a dumbass. Exactly.
Yeah, had to call himself a dumbass in the very end, right? He fucked it all up trying to get his wife back. So then just spoiler alert, not having that happen, right?
Well, yeah, like you wouldn't be yourself if you changed the past, but at the same time, it's
exactly.
Like, it'd be kind of fun to go back and live through some of the positive stuff and just ignore all the bad shit, just to enjoy those moments.
It's starting to be that meme where basically if you had a pill to go back with like all the knowledge you had, you can go back to when you were like 6 years old, but you have all the knowledge you have now, or like $1 million, which you choose, right?
No, the $1 million, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah, no, I like the way I turned
I'd
out,
love to relive some of those happy moments, but I wouldn't want to go through some of those hardships again.
No, yeah, like the happy moments, fucking, they're just like, oh god. Like I want to make more happy moments, like, and feel like that again, rather than fucking relive the same old shit. Because like you can't retread. It's the whole point of
Well,
the
that's the
nostalgia
reason
shit.
why having Mel here was nice. It's like we're older, we're wiser, it's new shit, but you still have just enough of that old feeling that it adds that comfort.
Yeah, that's why a lot of this nostalgia shit people don't like in the media we're having released is people are getting burned out on it because like you can't have just nostalgia shit. You
Well,
have to
it's
have a
like
new original crap.
WoW. It's a World of Warcraft classic. You're not going to
Mm.
have the same experience that you did back
No,
then. But
no,
at the same
it's
time, you want games that can provide certain aspects of that. It's like there's a reason why Lost Ark is so popular. People want something that's like Diablo, but they don't want Diablo because it's stupid nostalgia, and we already know that it's not going to be successful. Like, there's a reason why this is fucking working.
I love that. That's so funny. You should talk to my guy, my
It's
programmer dude. I talked
true,
to him.
and it's
No,
fucking working.
he would probably back you up on that. It's fucking, he knows a lot about this shit.
Like,
Or at least
there's
he
a
thinks to. I
reason
don't know
why
a lot.
I claim there's intelligent shit happening that will forever fucking surprise me because you never expect certain shit like that. There's a reason why, like, instead of doing a remaster of Maniac Mansion, they made that, what was it, Thimblewood Park or whatever, some of those people? Yeah, it's that same nostalgic old school pixel design, but it's a new game, new story, all this new shit with some of the new technology kind of involved and incorporated into it. You get that perfect balance of both.
Yeah,
Like, we
yeah,
don't
like
need to reinvent the wheel, but at the same time, it's like, but we want a new engine. We want better engine. We want better tires. We want all this. There's a reason why automobiles are the way they are now, and we don't still fucking have the same old ones we had when Ford was alive.
yeah.
I wouldn't want a car
And
like that. Fuck that. It had no decent suspension.
yeah, fuck no, it was like horrible,
It'd
like
be a
cold as shit
miserable
too.
experience.
Yeah, you don't have fucking windshield wipers at all. Like it's fucking miserable.
In Wisconsin winter weather, fuck no. I don't want a vehicle like that around here. Hell no.
Hell no, I've already told a bunch of people. They keep trying to convince me to get like a car. Like just get a cute little car. I'm like fuck no. I'm getting a truck because of the weather here, bitch. Like fuck no. Like if I get stuck in snow in a dinky little car, right? Fuck, I could die, like actually die, right?
I
But like
already almost died in car accidents more than once. I ain't gonna repeat that shit.
yeah,
I'm
I
getting an
was watching.
SUV next time. I'm not gonna get it one of those dinky little Fits or
I was
something like that, or dinky little electric car.
oh no, fuck no. I was laughing my ass off because I saw this dude in a smart car. No, no, I'm not going to disparage the dude for his choice of vehicle. That's not the thing I'm laughing at. I was laughing at the fucking fact that I could see that dude come wintertime not being able to go anywhere because his smart car won't be able to handle it. That's just the reality of living here in Colorado. I'm sorry. That's just facts. Like if people with like fucking chains on their fucking shit have a difficult time and they have heavier vehicles, a tiny little fucking smart car is you might as well just fucking not bother because it's more dangerous than not, right? Like it's so yeah, like I've been planning out getting my vehicle and all this other shit to make sure that I can be safe with it. Like one of the things I want to do is make sure that I have safety stuff in the truck, so I'm good to go in the event of a
Well,
critical
that's
fucking
one of the
failure.
reasons why people are like, well, why aren't enough people buying electric cars in some of these states, like North and South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, upper Midwest ones. It's like, well, electric cars get a lot worse mileage in the cold fucking winter weather. That's half the year right there. We don't have the electrical infrastructure for the superchargers in a lot of areas, and a lot of companies don't want to buy those, so it's miserable. And oh yeah, we really like all-wheel drive and really good brakes and other shit and all that to be able to deal with the weather and the ice and snow and be able to help tow other people's cars out when family members and friends and whatnot. It's like, no, no, there's a reason why diesel trucks and shit like that is very popular up here because, well, guess what? It's much more convenient and useful.
Yeah, we have similar issues up here. It's just like someone once told me like if you get a car, get a Subaru because it's the only cars that can even remotely survive it. And it just
Subarus and like the CRVs from Honda with the all-wheel drive are really nice, and like there's some great options out there, but people just are like, eh. And I mean,
Yeah,
the
think about
funny
that.
part is, like Obama, like with like General Motors and Ford, they're making all these electrical vehicles, and nobody wants to buy them, and they're just taking up space. Like, what do we do? Do we like Tesla now and start to sell direct? We can undercut our own dealerships because we can't sell enough of them. It's like there's a here's an idea. Why don't you try lowering the cost of them, because people don't want to spend $35,000 on a car when they can get something that's better, cheaper, and longer lasting without the big expensive costs after X number of years. And it's like, understand the market, folks. Come on.
But the market's supposed to correct itself, right? Except for the fact it fucking never does.
Oh, but people need to start embracing. Don't fuck. No, stop it.
No, sometimes the market doesn't always correct itself, because get this, lean in for this one, right? People are fucking stupid, right? People are always the thing that break the shit, alright? Every fucking time. Look at the diagram. Where there are people. Okay, circle that shit. There's your problem.
People cause problems.
Yeah, even like that's why I keep trying to tell people like these fucking tech bros who think that fucking tech is magic. It's like, oh, I set up all my automated shit and I'm good to go, right? It's like, no, you still need to maintain it because of people. Like at some point, that system's going to interact with a person, and they're going to fuck your world 6 way from Sunday, and you're not going to see it coming because you're too busy thinking, patting yourself on the back for like this thing I developed that's automated. Yay, it's complete and finished, and like it's never have to change it or upgrade it or do shit. And I'm like, yeah, okay, bro.
So
Here in
dumb.
I'm like, yeah, bro. In the land of fucking sunshines and fairy tales and fucking all that and candy canes and rainbows and shit, right? That's what you think. Here in the fucking grim dark reality of fucking Warhammer 40k, right? Basically, we're gonna make
Pragmatism.
sure we're gonna make
Pragmatism.
sure we're gonna have our fucking yeah. Here in pragmatism, right? We actually make sure we plan around the eventual human error part, because that's always the fucking main problem. Always.
Yeah, I'm sitting here funny laughing, going, let's see, the manufacturers that are getting the big subsidies from the federal government are making a product that no one's buying because they're getting incentivized to do so, and then they're complaining about it when they don't even understand the actual market that they've been in for how fucking long?
And they're supposed to have all this money to do like market research and shit like that. They could just go ask people. Like they just go literally just go on fucking like do an Reddit on
How are
AMA, right?
morons on the
Ask me.
internet and social media more intelligent than these people on their
Well,
own?
because they're fucking old and stupid. They think that things still work the way they did back fucking 10, 20, 30 years ago, even more. It's like when I was talking to my dad about how fucking financial products work, and he had no fucking clue, because he didn't grow up at the time where you actually had to have that as a tool in your tool set to adapt to life, right? Like, because he doesn't understand that at all. And same thing with a lot of these upper level business people. They don't have to. They learned how to do business in a different fucking time, so they come up with these stupid fucking ideas about how business was done like 60 years ago. And it's like, okay, that's great and all, but we've moved so fucking far beyond that, because it literally changes every fucking day now. Some dickhead can come up with some random shit that changes the fucking game, and then and then everything's just topsy turvy, upside down, and everyone else fucking clusterfucks towards that. I hate to say it, that's the way it goes, but like that is the way it goes. Right? And then these stupid fucks, right? Like when I was working in telecom, right? I can talk about this now. Thank fuck for that. When I was working in telecom, they were trying to convince them to go to cloud, because like they were always chasing the dragon when it comes to upgrading servers. Because old people are like, oh well, we've got the server. It's a physical device. We paid for it. It costs a amount of money. Therefore, it does the thing, right? And it's like, yeah. Problem is, you spec'd it out like a year ago, and it took you 2 years. Sorry, it spec'd out like 2 years ago. It took you a year to get the fucking thing to actually approve it. It took you another year to actually get it tested, installed, and all that bullshit. And in that 2 years, your technology was already out of date when you fucking said you needed new technology. So when you chose this technology, it was already out of date. Whereas cloud is up to date every fucking year when they add new types of instances, and it's cheaper for you. And they were like, no, we've got the computer. We press the button. Like fucking, they would like you could show them the fucking number, right, and do the math right and shit, and like do the pie diagram and all that shit, and then just sit there like, no, that's not the way business is done. That's not why I learned fucking a million years ago in the fucking
That's the
age of
issue I'm
Pisces,
having
right?
with my bosses at the moment. It's like, we have to live in reality, dude.
Yeah. They need to watch some fucking Darman videos. That's what they fucking need, right? They need some Darman in their life. Darman will fucking humble the shit out of them. Problem solved. There you go. Tech bros defeated.
And you know what? We're already at 10:20, coming up at 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm thinking this is a good break place to end, actually, on a laugh like that.
Before we start talking about our favorite Doll Man videos, yeah, we'll save that for another time.
Let's not torture chat too much.
See, this is how you rip off YouTube content. You watch it and then describe it painfully to your audience without ever actually showing the content. That way you can rip it off wholesale.
That's exactly what people do for wrestling. They literally will watch it without showing it.
Yeah,
you can hear it in the background, but only lightly because they don't want to trigger the bots. But at the same time, it's like.
See, this is why you need to have a secondary track that's playing, so you could just about hear the first track, but the second track is fucking with the waveform, so the bots can't kick in because they don't have the ability to differentiate between two waveforms.
Yeah, I know, it's freaking hilarious.
All you need is a white noise generator that's loud enough to generate some kind of fucky audio that can be picked up by your microphone, and that's all it takes. I know it's a little bit more fucky than that, but that's basically how that works, right?
It's true.
It is, yeah, because of the whole fault tolerance and algorithm shit. Again, I've said this many times. I was on the fucking terrorist watch list because of a fault tolerance and a fucking algorithm. It's true.
Funny at the same time.
Yeah, I love how the fact they'll be like, yeah, I was a fucking terrorist. Like, won, defeated the government, and then they offer me a job, as you do. Which I turned down because I don't want to work for the
there we
government.
go. We're gonna end with Frozen being
Yep. Well, once again, explaining how I was a terrorist by not really explaining it at all.
I swear something's never changed with our content.
Yeah. Thanks, FBI.
Don't forget, YouTube does have the newest episode. I think I just had it go live today with the schedule. It took a little longer than a while because there was copyright claim that I was trying to fight and other stupid shit.
Really?
Yeah, I ended up just stopping the dispute and being like, you know what, fine. We're just whatever, done. I think it's because of Lost Ark. I think that's the problem.
Oh, okay. Because, it's getting really bad, though. Like, I know there's nothing we can really do about it. Can we just complain about it? And everyone's already said everything that has to be said about it.
And
Everyone knows
it's sad because it's like, no, we want people to stream the game and do YouTube videos, and we won't copyright claim you. And it's like, yeah, no, you're still gonna fucking do it anyways.
Yeah, it's like
stop lying to us, game publishers and shit. Just stop it, okay?
Yeah, it's such bad form if you say one thing and do another. Crunchyroll. I mean, sorry, force a habit. I just had some bad fucking bullshit business practices stuck in my throat.
Funimation, pretty much all the U.S. companies with fucking anime.
Sony, because they own those two companies. You fucking dickheads.
Sony on censoring shit in
Sony
games too.
Fucking vaguely gestures at things that Sony does.
Blizzard staff not even playing their own game and realizing problems.
Oh god, fucking can we close out on this? I saw a fucking thing today. Activision's trying to fucking go full on fucking like covering their asses, but like they basically had a streamer today at some point, or I guess I saw the replay of it or whatever. But like it was basically like, hey, we're doing Black Lives Matter and the fucking activism shit. I'm like, oh yeah, to remind people that you give a shit about like cultural sensitivity, to make people forget that you also did all that like fucking sexual harassment shit that you do.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, wait, you're just gonna play the distraction game, huh?
Yeah, I know.
It's dumb.
Yeah, I was just like, at that point, I was looking at it, I was like, man, YouTube is just gonna turn out to be just this, because you can't have likes on it.
People have short memories.
No comments.
But at the same time, though, with game devs and studios, people forget a lot of like dumb shit and bad shit, but there's a limit to how much they will forget. And you keep doing enough bad shit for enough years, people will not forget anymore. BioWare, Activision Blizzard, EA. I mean, EA has gotten a lot better as a company, but people will forever hate them still, claim they're one of the worst ones ever. People still act that way about Microsoft. It's like, you know how much good Microsoft has done as of late?
Yeah, I'm actually
Microsoft is doing some amazing shit, and they've really changed their shit around. by having such major management changes. But you know what?
Yeah, I
People
kind of
still
want to.
treat them like shit, and it's like, no, they're doing good shit. We should be
I kind
proud of them. We should be praising them for the good shit they're doing. Stop ruining this.
one of these days, right? One of these days, I'll kind of prepare for it on for one of the streams, right? I want to kind of do a timeline how I see. Basically, it's just kind of a mix of opinion and basically how I see the Microsoft's Xbox division kind of going, because like there's a whole pattern to the way they've been developing it. I think Microsoft's whole plan has been going for the long game since the early days, and like it's just like yeah,
It's finally
they,
kind of come to the point where
it's
it's.
finally come to the point where they can act upon a lot of shit that they've been building up for a very long time. If you pay
I think
attention
that's
to it,
the
it's like
reason
holy
why
shit.
they went so media focused for a while. Is they wanted to do certain other shit, but they didn't have the infrastructure, the ability to do what they wanted. So they're like, hey, let's focus on this other shit. Have it be a distraction until we can actually do what we want.
Yeah, I'm kind of
So I'm
backing
trying
Microsoft.
to not have it be like they were just dipshits who didn't understand their market. I'm trying to have it be they weren't complete idiots. They just didn't want to be honest with us. Because
Which
at
one?
least
Microsoft? Yeah.
yes, because at least that to me doesn't seem as malicious. Because if you're hiding the fact that you can't do what you want to do because you don't want to look bad in the market because it'll affect the stock price, I completely understand that.
They just say that.
Yeah, but if you
like,
say that, you tank your own stock price, which obviously you don't want to do.
Yeah, it's just like it's a
So
dangerous
I can
game.
forgive that, but at the same time, you have to be honest enough that you don't tank it and piss people off, which they obviously didn't do. So
yeah. Basically, I've been going over like the whole Xbox brand for a while now, just kind of like looking at it because I didn't support Xbox at all until fairly recently. And I'm just
Game
like,
Pass is still one of the best things ever. I wish I could.
Yeah,
they
I
had
was
some
getting
sort
to that.
of
I'm getting
fucking
to that.
affiliate system for that because I wish there would be a code I could give people to give people a cheaper price on that because it's so damn fucking good.
Basically, Game Pass is basically where gaming as a service is going to go. At least that kind of model. Like it's just it's happening. Like fucking,
Steam already does the thing where you can pay X amount and you get access to certain things and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was like with EA they did it with, and Microsoft is just doing the same thing, just on a bigger scale.
Yeah, it's just bigger and more focused, and that's really cool. Like having the PC integration built into it was really fucking cool, and that's something like I basically
by not treating console and PC as separate divisions, they've simplified their business plan to the point where it's the KISS method.
Well, basically, they've been doing this since the Xbox 360, and like it's like not been
there was
obvious.
inklings of it then already with the early Xbox Live shit for the 360 area because they couldn't do some of that with the original Xbox. Even though I could tell they wanted to do it, it just wasn't feasible.
Well, even things like the Skype integration and Windows 10 integration, but those are basically running PC programs on the Xbox 360, which is part of that PC integration part. They were experimenting with that really early, just to see how viable it was, and it's kind of cool that they did that, right? Like everyone talks shit about Microsoft in the tech space as well because they're a lot like the enterprise, fucking tech shit, right? And everyone's like, oh, you work
but
Microsoft
they've also done some great shit with how they've done like with a lot of the .NET stuff and dev kit stuff, where they've put together great resource points and other stuff that for a long time people complained about. It's like, we need decent resources so we can solve some of these issues. They finally have it, and it's like, yeah, it's really, really nice. And they made it free.
Yeah,
free is fantastic. It's the best price point ever.
Yeah, I use TypeScript not because it's Microsoft, but I use it for other reasons. And they went back and re-engineered TypeScript because they found a major bug with it, just because they happened to do their fucking homework. And that's one thing I like about the company. I'm sorry. Like, that's something that I promote because very few companies actually do that shit by go back and double check their old work
to make sure it's still
viable. No, they don't do that shit. Video game companies don't do that shit, right? Most fucking commercial tech companies you ever will work for don't do that. They have this mentality, once it's done, and we've paid for it, and we're never paying for it again. Microsoft is like a continued investment. They're like, we paid for it, let's go back, let's make sure it's good.
That's one of the reasons why I really hope the buying of Activision Bethesda. I hate the idea of so many studios owned by Microsoft, but at the same time, it's at the point where it's enough stupid ass mistakes were done that management's not changing, that now we have to force some change. And I don't care Microsoft tends to be very hands off with the studios they own, thankfully, that I don't think it's going to be too much of a monopoly issue, thankfully.
Yeah, well, time will only tell with that.
They're not
I'm not
pulling in. They're not pulling an EA where they try to
Christ.
micromanage a little bit. They didn't micromanage nearly as bad as some people claimed back in the day, but they still fucking micromanaged a little bit, and that's why we lost like Westwood and some of these other things. They also didn't understand the concept of you don't need to have everyone working in the same area. Remote working is nice even back then.
Yeah, we've had remote work is not a new concept. It's been around literally for decades, and people are still figuring out. Like, if people were doing this shit back in the fucking days of like the 14K modem. All right, like Homer Simpson did it when he got fat in that one fucking episode. Remember that shit? He worked
Dippy
from home.
bird, Dippy bird.
The day he got the bird,
Dippy
right?
Bird.
Yeah, so Homer Simpson fucking worked from home, we're living the American dream, being absolutely
Dippy
fucking
bird.
fat as fuck, making a bird do his work, right? Just like fucking Review Tech USA.
Taking his shirt off on stream.
Oh god, yeah, no.
What you
I
can
watched,
get away with on YouTube versus Twitch is hilarious.
oh my god, yeah, I watched his stream the other day, and he gave me I paid for him to tell him something, and he read it out on stream, and thank you for that. I appreciate that, Rich. It was very much nice.
I do not always agree with him, but he is at least entertaining.
Oh my god, he is at least entertaining.
And I give him complete credit for that.
Speaking of your Tim Schafer moron types, right? Fucking, he's going at it with the dude who composed the music for Cool Spot, so that's fucking great. That is my favorite drama right now. We'll come back to it in a week's time, 2 weeks time, right?
Yes, we'll talk about it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, because like it's basically I like fucking both people. It's just that I don't agree with either one. But it's just the most hilarious fucking drama ever. It's like, oh, that's the composer who did one of my fucking did the soundtracks for my favorite games, right? And there's that guy who looks like my dead stepdad. And he has hot takes every now and again, right? Huh? I don't have a fucking any skin in this race. Let's just see what happens, right? Spectator sport.
Oh, this is hilarious. Some bitch on Twitter is like, farmers love their animals. Are these not the same people that forcibly breed animals and slaughter them for money? Do you not understand what happens to cows when they get to a certain age when it comes to how much milk they produce and things like that? Do you not understand how much of a favor we're doing for these animals, helping them, helping upkeep their hooves, milking them regularly, caring for them?
No, because they never actually had to do
breed
this
them.
shit.
Yes, we help them, but it's also easier to breed them than having the big, massive, heavy bull. You try to have a bull that weighs a ton, fuck you. Let's see how much you like that. You're gonna have enough broken fucking bones. You're gonna be wishing for death at that point. Yes, cows are big animals and they can put up with it, but trust me, those ladies appreciate not having a bull attempt to do that and make their lives miserable. There's a reason why sex toys exist for humans, for a reason. Women don't want to deal with the guy sometimes.
What we're saying is cows need to have sex toys too, all right? As
Cows don't even have sex toys. I feel bad for them.
This is some inequality we don't talk about, dude. Like
the inequality of women. Okay, this is one of those people with the fucking.
Oh,
okay,
God.
so she's one of those young kids who wants money, probably doesn't have a job, has her pronouns in her fucking thing, and let's see what else she has in here.
Probably never actually
People
gone
say,
to a
yeah,
farm.
but it's not meat. They shouldn't call it vegan chicken. They have a different name for it. No, it's like, why are you complaining? Oh, she's probably a fucking... Yep, nope, she's a vegan. She's completely against...
Yeah, so her
Do you not
opinion's valid.
understand the complete symbiotic relationship we have had for the entire history of mankind when it comes to cattle and animals?
I can't. Well, I just can't support. I just can't support. I can't support moral veganism because the whole fucking point, like, that plants are also fucking living creatures. You massive hypocrites. That they have intelligence as well. We just don't understand it because we're
not
stupid.
Understand that if we let just cows run free, how much of a problem that would be for people? Have you not gone to India and spent time in India and see what it's like with cows just all over the place? What that does to traffic and other issues?
Because they've never actually had to engage with a wild animal ever. Like the most wild animal they have is a stuffed fucking.
I've had a
stuffed
fucking
kitten.
rabid coyote try to attack my car. Which is
We
still
have-
one of the funniest stories ever on the face of God's green earth. Because what wild animal attacks a car and tries to bite it while it's driving?
Fucking coyotes will do that shit. No fucking problem. They don't give a
It's
fuck.
fucking hilarious.
Like here, when I lived in Westminster, we get coyotes all the fucking time down Federal Boulevard. They do not give a single shit.
And she doesn't understand. There's a lot of small farms where you don't forcibly breed the cows. You have a bull, you take care of the bull, and the bull still breeds the cows the old-fashioned way.
Some dick. I'm assuming that'd be dick, right? We don't have cow
Oh
sex
yes,
toys.
no, trust me,
Okay.
the bull definitely gets his D in there.
Okay, cool. Because like, that'd be terrible. I feel bad for the cows. They
The
need to
forcible
get theirs too.
breeding ones tend to be the huge, massive farms, or when you don't have a bull because you understand the issue that some of these smaller cows are going to be miserable trying to deal with that shit. What, would you rather have the cows be happy, or would you rather have them be miserable?
I'd rather have happy cows because happy cows seem cool.
Happy cows are fun. They're
I
cute,
know.
inquisitive, goofy creatures that will, yes, they will slobber all over you,
Cows are adorable.
but they're also adorable creatures. They're
I
just,
know.
oh,
Have you ever seen a cow right after they get cleaned and they're fluffy as fuck? They're so they're,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they're,
well, okay,
oh, they're
this was
like-
funny.
oh.
We installed a brush on the farm back in the day, so the cows, if they were itchy, could just go to the brush and just rub against it.
They fucking love it. I
That
bet.
look on their face, that looked like they were having a fucking orgasm because it felt
Yeah.
so good. It's like,
I-
I'm sorry, but those of us who have been actual, like, in farming and shit, we understand this shit.
Yeah.
These
like,
vegans who have never spent a single minute on a farm do not understand shit. So, lady, you can shove it up where the sun don't shine. Go work on a farm for a month. Actually, not even a month. Spend a week on a farm. You will change your mind instantly. I guarantee
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No,
Pick any fucking farm in all of North America.
I went onto a llama wool farm one time, and it was the most fun time because like the llamas are huge and they have the brushes and they use the
Oh, yeah.
brushes too.
A llama farm, a sheep farm, pig farm. I don't fucking care. Pick a farm.
Llamas are weird
A
because they're
fucking rock farm for all I care. Rock farm's probably fine too.
llamas are weird because they'll run away from you even though they know they're much bigger than you just
An
because they don't
ostrich
want the
farm was
hassle.
fun. An ostrich farm was fun to visit once. The bison farm that used to exist over by my parents, that was fun.
I love bison.
And they're delicious. They make
They
great,
are very delicious.
great
I make-
jerky, by the way. Fantastic
I make
jerky.
bison burgers and bison chili.
Ostrich burgers are pretty good too.
Yes, ostrich is really good fucking meat. Oh, it's
Oh
so
yeah.
good.
We never going to actually end at this rate if we don't. So, we're gonna
So
end the next
just know, eat bison and ostrich, and if you're a
pro
cow, get a
meat
brush.
and people who are going to cause stupid drama like that on Twitter and try to bait me into an argument. Yeah, I'm going to read your shit here live on stream for the whole fucking world to see. And
make
all
it
you people
incredibly
who like it, who are all like, I'm just trying to be a decent person and claim moral superiority, I can tell you exactly what you can do with it. Go spend some time in reality and then come back to me and then try to make your argument.
Thanks, sister.
And then I will happily listen to you and I'll actually treat you with respect. But at the moment, you're just a fucking joke.
Go girl. I can't click, but I imagine I'm doing the clicking thing, the head thing. Like, yeah, I can't do it because yeah, but you
It's
get the thing.
just reality. And I'm
Go.
not going to call out your name because I'm not going to be a jerk about this. But that's just the way it is. Reality is so much more fun.
That's just the way it is. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na.
All right, we'll see you guys. Let me grab the calendar here.
Yeah,
The
let me just
4th of March. Holy crap, March is going to be here already.
Yeah, I might actually be able to do some Yu-Gi-Oh shit finally,
We'll do
assuming
some-
everything
yeah,
is settled
we'll hopefully
again.
do some of that.
Yeah, because
And
like,
then
alright,
maybe late March we can have us another stream with a guest host.
yeah, I'm trying to get this dude to.
Maybe
the
we can get
whole networking.
Mothra or that person or somebody.
Yeah, I want to bring
figure it
I want to
out.
bring that person into a conversation with us so we can talk about it with him beforehand. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, next time hopefully gaming and Yu-Gi-Oh shit. We'll make it a chill stream.
Hopefully,
If
We'll
not,
see.
even if it's just gaming shit, that's fine.
that's fine too.
Little change from the business and more serious shit.
Yeah, we have too much hustle culture on our channel. We need a little bit more fun.
A little more relaxation, and I'll be drunk hopefully that time too.
Yeah, that'd be good stuff. Anyway.
So, have a good night, everyone. And we will see you next time.